all guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Welcome to the newest episode of the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast, brought to you on YouTube, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. I'm Austin. I'm a knockout. Watch a lot of wrestling.
I'm David. I'm a noob. Haven't watched nearly as much wrestling. Who the fuck are you?
I'm Rob. I have watched even less wrestling.
This is true.
Yeah, this is a bit of a weird setup for those of you in the audio realm, because we're all doing this in one location from one screen today.
We're all here together.
Yeah.
This is fucking wild.
Yes, I have once again made the trip to Detroit, Michigan, because as of tonight, as of this moment of recording, will be AEW Dynamite Blood and Guts here in Detroit.
Oh shit, we can actually speak in unison, like in person, not have lag shit. That's so dope.
I mean, it works.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So the AEW is making its Detroit debut here in Detroit, Michigan on July 29th, 2022. And you know, it was announced a while back and we were like, "Oh shit, this is happening." I got all my boys, my roommates. I got Austin and I got Daniel, who was on our first live show that we did. We got to go to this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And oh boy, am I glad we jumped on that, because it was revealed that tonight is going to be goddamn blood and guts.
Yeah.
So a lot of crazy shit's been happening on Dynamite recently. I wanna hear from Robbie. What have you been kind of following as one of our guests? We'll try to get Dom and Kyle in here at some point too. But as one of our guests, what have you been kind of like following? What are you looking forward to?
I am of course looking forward to watching Chris Jericho get his face beaten by the Blackpool Combat Club.
True. Fucking true.
Yeah. Also, I want to see more of Malachi Black and the House of Black.
Yes. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
We recently finally got Julia Hart.
Yes.
The varsity blonde cheerleader.
We
who
were
got
waiting for so long.
I know. Hey, who the fuck are you? Hey.
Also, it could be Dark Order's time to shine.
It could be. Well,
dude, I'm ready to watch them on Dark Elevation.
Yeah, well, see, that's so yeah, we gotta explain this a little bit. So on when AEW tapes live stuff, they're on they don't just tape Dynamite. They also at 7:00 tape Dark Elevation, and then at 10:30, 11ish tape this week's Rampage as well.
Yeah.
So we have our Dynamite card revealed to us, as it were. We got Blood and Guts, which is Jericho Appreciation Society versus Blackpool Combat Club, as Robbie suggested. Mm-hmm. That rivalry's been building for a while.
Eddie, it's been like 2 pay-per-view cycles, because because at Full Gear, Eddie fought Chris Jericho.
No, Full Gear was Eddie CM Punk.
You're right.
Revolution
was
Eddie Jericho.
Eddie Jericho in a respect match. And after Jericho did not shake his hand,
indeed,
it turned into a blood feud. And since then, Jericho has gotten his appreciation society. He's broken up the inner circle and found new groupies.
That's a good way to put it.
And their gimmick is they are the sports entertainers.
They are the sports entertainers. Yeah.
Amazing how Sammy Guevara left the inner circle because he didn't want to deal with Jericho's drama. And then immediately joins the Jericho.
Well, he got himself embroiled in his own drama, which, in my humble opinion, was fucking dumb.
Absolutely, everyone got mad that he started publicly making out with Ty Conti.
Yeah, they were only mad because
how dare he be in a happy relationship?
They were only mad because they weren't the ones making out with her.
Fucking true.
Very fair.
That's why
I'm mad.
Yeah,
honestly.
So Sammy Guevara is hanging back, and the Blackpool Combat Club. Eddie basically is still bros with John Moxley.
Yep.
So he got Moxley's boys to help him, even though Eddie hates half of them.
Yeah. Especially fucking Danielson. But Bryan Danielson is not here because he's injured.
Unfortunate.
But in his place
is Castiglione or whatever.
Claudio. Yeah, the artist formerly known as Cesaro.
Yeah, and Eddie hates Claudio even more than Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, well.
So this is coming great.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, it's a blood and guts match, which if you're familiar with other old school wrestling types, it's a war games match. So by the rules of the match, is that it starts 1-on-1, and for a few minutes, I think it's 5 minutes. It might be different tonight because it's 66. They might shorten that up, but they have it's a 1-on-1, and then a member of the Jericho Appreciation Society will enter the match because they won the right to have the numbers advantage. So it's 2-on-1, and then a couple minutes later, someone from the BCC will come in, and this will continue back and forth until everybody has 6 members in the match, and then somebody can win.
Yes. Yeah. Wild shit. I've never seen it. I don't think any war games before. Not for the show. No.
Also, as the gimmick, it's a cage match, but there are 2 rings.
Yes.
Covering one.
It's a double.
It's a double mega ring.
It's like a turducken.
Yep.
It's turducken, but with cages. What?
It's a turducken match.
No, fair enough. That's what we're calling blood and guts now. Is the turducken match.
Match.
So we're gonna see a great turducken match tonight.
Absolutely.
So we got that. That's gonna be fucking nuts. Like that is the main event. Regal screamed it out, and then they announced that like at a Dynamite, and then they announced that was gonna be like at Detroit, and we all lost our fucking.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts.
So other things on the card. We see something from Christian Cage, who has turned on Jungle Boy. Revealed that he was just climbing Jungle Boy to the top. Oh shit, buddy! Oh boy!
Another entrant,
and a brand new entrant at that.
How do we turn the camera to make the camera here?
Hey, you've never been on the show before. Who the fuck are you? This is Bianchi. Thanks. He has joined. Thank you, buddy. Thanks, buddy. You're doing great.
Yep.
Get closer so we can hear you.
Yeah, unless you don't want to be on the podcast.
Unless you don't want to be on the show.
Shout really loud.
You'll shout really loud. I was going to say, you are good at that. Christian Cage, Bianchi's favorite face, has turned on Jungle Boy.
I mean, he made the fair point that Jungle Boy is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And Jungle Boy's dad is dead. And also, his dad would think that Jungle Boy is a piece of shit.
Also, that Jungle Boy's mom wanted it. Which, understand.
Yeah, I mean,
from Christian Cage.
Cage, when the Evanescence song hits, I mean, what can you do?
What can wake me up inside, if you know what I mean? Pew,
yeah.
pew, pew, pew.
So we're gonna get more from that tonight.
He is seducing Luchasaurus and breaking up one of my favorite tag teams.
Yeah, it's happening.
I am excited for a Luchasaurus heel turn.
No,
all I really need is for what I need for him to explain is that actually he isn't a dinosaur.
Yeah,
he's 65 million years old.
He's
never been healed before. You gotta let a man go heal sometime.
This is fair.
Are you telling me that in 65 million years he's never been healed?
He's the perfect face.
True. This is true.
65 million years, but not now.
But not now. All he needed apparently was Christian Cage like hugging him and telling him you've always been like a son to me, despite the fact that he is in this kayfabe a bajillion years older.
Luchasaurus.
We all need a hug.
Luchasaurus.
This is true. Don't let Vince Russo fool you. It's okay to hug other men.
Well, the thing is, Luchasaurus had daddy issues, and he's had 65 million years to not resolve them because his dad is dead.
Well, he's from a different era. He doesn't go to therapy. He doesn't need therapy.
He just needed
therapy. Wasn't a big deal in the Cretaceous period.
Yeah.
Oh, is that where the Luchasaurus came from? The Cretaceous period.
Well, he's 65 million years old. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Jesus fucking Christ. So we're gonna see more of that. I'm gonna legitimately cry when we see Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus break up. It's great. Jade Cargill is what 33-0 at this point,
or something.
Mommy.
She's
mommy.
Well, yes.
There's a few. We have a few of those.
Wait till we talk about Dark.
So she has a match tonight against Layla Gray, who is a Dark Jobberino.
Yeah.
And allegedly, according to Tony Khan himself on Twitter, Layla Gray sent in an AOL email and beat everybody else to the punch, and that is why she has the match tonight.
gotta put it up for AOL.
True.
Where's the Hotmail?
Bianchi.
Getting those emails in on time.
Where's the Hotmail?
I do need to share. I do need you to share with our fine listeners, Bianchi, who you would, which Layla you would rather be seeing instead.
Layla Hirsch.
Layla Hirsch, and why do you want to see Layla Hirsch, Bianchi? Because it says Hirsch on the butt. Yep, we got the meme in. We got the meme in. Yeah, Bianchi fell in love with Layla Hirsch really early on, and he loves remarking that it says Hirsch on her
He
butt.
is a simple man.
It's Hirsch. It must be her.
It's you know what? That's fair enough. Iconography, people. Come on, basic. Yeah. So Layla, what's her nuts is definitely gonna get squashed. Walkity.
Not gonna, but we might get.
Athena
We'll probably get more Athena.
Yeah,
and
Athena and
Chris Statlander
Statlander are
action.
probably gonna like run in at some point because it's probably gonna be baddie shenanigans. Walkity.
And hey, maybe we'll find out who the new baddie is. Baddie section.
Ah,
We've been
yes.
searching.
Oh yeah, no,
It could be me.
it could be. Robbie, did you sign up for the baddie section?
I may have signed up.
Oh
Yeah.
shit, buddy! We got our new 2 luchadors is joining the baddies. Amazing.
Yeah.
So we got that. Oh, hey Kyle.
Oh, the most important match of the night?
Yes,
the
Is that what
most-
we're talking about?
Yes, please enlighten us.
It's fucking, who is he fighting again?
Our
Ethan
boy,
Page.
our boy
I know
Oligo.
it's Ethan Page, that's who it is. Orange Cassidy, best wrestler of all time, versus, Ethan
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we
I love him, I love him.
Yeah, I
Ethan
mean,
Page grew on
Ethan
us at
Page has
MC3.
the tightest tits in the business.
he does a little like cheesy thing, except it's not the Adam Cole boom. It's like pointing at his smile and he's smiling. And it's really cute.
Yeah.
Oh, ego, baby.
He's all ego. This is true. Many people are saying
Yeah.
this. Many such cases.
So Dan Lambert went on Twitter and complained about how Orange Cassidy is a lazy millennial,
yeah,
and
fuck
so
that.
now that's what we got.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, that's for true.
Man, I fucking hate that Dan Lambert guy. He's a huge piece of shit.
I'd really hate it if he got cheered for slut shaming Ty Conti.
I would
be really sad.
I would be very sad. I can't wait for Dan Lambert to have very original critiques, very original and nuanced critiques of the city of Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, I bet.
I bet that's totally not just a vehicle for cheap heat. No, Sereno.
Sir.
Man, remember
I
when?
would like to see the Acclaim and what they have.
Oh,
Oh,
I get the feeling we're gonna we'll get to that in a second.
That involves the fallout.
I have trained these boys very well. I have to say, I'm an expert conditioner. And when the Acclaim show up, the scissoring comes out with these gentlemen. We all scissor each other. See, just like that. Perfect.
Yeah.
Scissor me, daddy ass. Do we have anything else on the?
Not officially announced.
All right.
Dynamite.
So that's Dynamite. Things that are likely to happen elsewhere.
Right.
Dark. Austin is hoping for.
Yeah, for Elevation, I'm hoping to see some of my favorites that never get time on Dynamite. Like
True.
Ruby Soho. I'm very much in the tank for Ruby Soho.
We love Ruby.
And being a Ruby Soho fan is pain.
True.
Where she never wins anything.
Where's the line?
And
next up, Dark Order, who also
never wins anything.
Yeah. But the Dark Order we are down 2 members of the Dark Order now.
Yeah.
Stu's gone, Colt's gone.
And
Alan
I was
Angel.
thinking Alan Angels, not.
Oh wait, Ellen's gone?
Yeah, Alan
It's
got
gonna be-
released.
It's probably gonna be on like a per. They're gonna like have like.
Yeah, they're cutting him down to a purd. He's no longer signed full time.
What the fuck?
But Colt,
Well-
yeah, he's gone because oops, CM Punk's here now, and Punk and Colt hate each other. And well, if we have to prioritize one of them here.
Chose the
wrong
At the very
one.
least, it seems like Colt's gonna get a pretty good like ROH deal.
I hope so. I
I
hope he's on Ring. He's a Ring of Honor legend.
Yeah, I
hope he's there.
think Colt's gonna like be sent over there at the very least.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Rip Roney.
Yeah, Nyla Rose and Emmy Soccer have been teaming a lot on Dark Elevation, so I hope we see that. We'll see a lot of women's matches on Dark Elevation. That's usually the gender divide on that's about half and half. Yeah,
We're allowed more than one.
on Dynamite we only can do one
Scandalized.
women's match per 2 hours. I'm afraid,
We're
but on Elevation it's usually about half and half.
Yeah, no.
Otherwise-
illegal.
So
They can't do that.
Tony Khan hates
So we got some pretty good potential stuff lined up for Dark. Rampage We don't. We got a few ideas. It seems pretty likely. First off, that we're going to be getting Swerve in Our Glory, Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland versus Team Taz, Ricky Starks, and Powerhouse. Powerhouse Hobbs and Ricky Starks versus Swerve in Our Glory. They teased the shit out of that at Forbidden Door.
Yeah, they use sports heat.
Yeah.
Team Taz dared to call themselves Pippen and Jordan in Chicago.
Yeah. They built that. They built that sports heat. And Excalibur made sure to say that a match between them is something we'd probably be seeing very soon. So very soon hopefully means on Rampage.
Yeah, they'll probably have a promo, presuming that we see those.
Yes. I think we probably.
It's. I've heard differing stories on how much the crowd gets to see promos during the live shows. So who knows what we'll get to see or what we won't get to see.
Okay.
I do know is that every time Tony Khan shows up to fill time in between shows, just kind of hype the crowd. I know that's a common thing.
Everybody loves
Shane's
out here.
Let's go.
Shane's out here.
We're going to Detroit.
Oh my God. That's gonna. We will get to see the man himself. Makes more appearances than goddamn Mr. McMahon. I guess
Mr. McMahon's trying real hard.
Mr. McMahon's trying so hard.
He just showed up for no reason.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm still here.
He's like, I'm still here. General platitudes about togetherness. Okay, bye.
Nothing's going down.
Nothing's going down.
I just felt like showing up on SmackDown.
Laurinaitis isn't totally my fall guy over
I'm
nothing,
not
brother.
going anywhere.
He doesn't believe
back.
It's
better than ever.
Oh, that's Bischoff.
No, I know. Look, I know. I'm saying.
Yeah, on Rampage, presumably there's going to be some Hookhausen stuff.
Yes.
Danhausen is a Detroit boy.
Yes. Danhausen. I got to meet the man himself yesterday. Danhausen. I got a picture signed by him that a drawn portrait of Danhausen that I bought from Danhausen's actual IRL father at Motor City Comic Con, which was fucking wild. And I met him yesterday. He was a sweet guy. It was so fun up in the full makeup, the full costume. Was not doing the voice at all. I walked in and was, hey, how you doing? I'm like, the fuck? Whoops? But still, sweet guy. Took a little picture together. And yeah, so he's in town. And Danhausen has built some heat with the Ass Boys. After he embarrassed them at their most important pay-per-view match.
He didn't embarrass them. They embarrassed themselves.
And how did they embarrass themselves, Robbie?
By going after Hookhausen instead of helping their dad and Max Caster win the match.
This is true. And they have since released a little pre-tape backstage from afterward where Austin and Colton are like, Danhausen, you humiliated us. You ruined our match. And Billy Ass came backstage soon after with his real sons, Max Caster and Anthony Bowen.
Billy wishes.
And he's like,
to be fair, everyone loves the
and he is living.
If you don't love the Acclaimed, you're a cop.
You're true. Fucking true. No, Billy Gunn comes backstage and he's like, I've seen so many things in this industry. I've never seen family run away on family. So he's mad at his sons that he doesn't love as much as the Acclaimed.
No.
Always feel the need to express that. Billy Gunn loves the Acclaimed more than his own children. And it also looked like Max Caster promised the Ass Boys that they would do something about Hook for them. So we could see Caster versus Hook. We could see Caster and Billy Gunn versus Hookhausen. I don't know. We better be getting some fucking Danhausen, very nice, very evil on the show, or I'm gonna goddamn riot.
Yeah. Thunder Rosa should show up sometime. Doing something.
Women's champion. She just blew off her rivalry with Tony Baker.
Tony Storm?
Yeah.
Fuck. So it's all about Britt Baker.
Yeah, it always comes back to Britt Baker.
God damn it.
Britt Baker is women's AEW.
True. It was always, yeah, Tony Storm pulls off a mask and it's just fucking Britt Baker.
And revealed it was Britt Baker
the whole time. No, so she just blew off her rivalry with Tony Storm. So a new challenger for the women's title needs popping up any day now. So we'll see if anything comes of that. Punk is not here.
Yeah, Punk isn't here.
A lot of people
Danielson
are injured.
so many people are injured.
Adam
right now.
Cole is fucking injured now.
Yeah.
No, we don't. We
No,
don't
we
have
don't.
enough time to go through the whole list. But my favorite boy is not here. I'm sad. Moxley's interim champ. Sure, cool beans.
I was hoping for Tanahashi,
I was
but
also
I get
hoping
it.
for Tanahashi.
Hiroshi has got stuff to do in Japan next month, so can't just not be here.
Unfortunate. But yeah, so we got a lot of good shit. Bianchi, number one thing you're looking forward to?
The MJF surprise appearance.
Oh,
I mean, that's a very real possibility.
Bianchi, for our audio only listeners, we're swagged out a little bit. At least some of us are. Bianchi's got his brand spanking new MJF shirt. Austin's got his best friend's shirt. I of course have my CM Punk shirt. I also did up the Danhausen makeup on my face. Good shit. I fucking crushed it on Austin's Malachi Black makeup. Those watching, you can look at this. I fucking crushed it on that.
The house always
the
wins.
house always gets their man. Or something like that.
That's the Mountie.
Shit!
Gets his man.
Shit! Fuck! Oh, I'm so out of the loop. Kyle, I mean, I feel like it's an obvious question. Number one thing you're looking forward to?
Number one thing I'm looking forward to? Oh, that's easy. Because it's Orange Cassidy just absolutely crushing Ethan Page.
Oh.
Without taking his hands out of his pocket.
It's gonna absolute destruction. Just gonna squash mats. 30 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ethan Page is gonna give up because he knows he can't beat him.
True.
The numbers don't lie.
Ethan Page is gonna lose that smile. Call him Shawn Michaels. He's gonna lose his smile when he sees that who's stepping into the ring across from him, and he's gonna lay the fuck down and let OC get him 1, 2, 3. Easy money.
You gotta
Easy
do what
money.
you gotta do.
Yeah, no. But I personally would never want to step across OC in a ring. So come the fuck on. All right, Robbie. What are you most looking forward to?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm thinking Swerve in Our Glory.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be. That's pretty sweet. I'm very excited.
Bask in their glory, indeed. Fuck yeah! No, that's gonna be dope, especially against Team Taz. Team Taz. That'd be so dope, man. I'd love to. I doubt we're gonna get Taz on mic. I would love to hear him on mic though.
Nah, he's probably gonna be doing.
I love his voice, but yeah, he's gonna be like fucking Swerve in Our Glory. I fucking hate those guys. My guys are the best guys, all right, brother. But those Swerve in Our Glory guys, I can't fucking stand them. Yeah, no, right. Austin, what's the number one thing for you?
Oh gosh, I'm pretty excited to see Blood and Guts. See this go down. I've never seen a cage match before.
Really?
Yeah, never seen one live.
Wow. I mean, I haven't either, but yeah, that's gonna be so goddamn insane. I'm trying to think like what I'm most looking forward to. I mean, just the whole experience is gonna be insane. And everyone's covered like everything else. You know what? I'm looking forward to those TK time fillers. I can't wait to hear.
You guys, such a great crowd.
Yeah,
thanks for coming.
I'm most looking forward to hearing the Mickey Mouse voice line. Actually, I'll do you one better. I'll be basic. I'll fully cop. I can't wait to sing along to Judas. I'll be completely honest.
If he lets us.
He's coming out for a match. There's a formula to this. For matches, he lets us. For promos, he doesn't. For promos, he yells at us for sing along. For matches, he basks.
But he's a wizard.
He throws fireball.
You're
You're a wizard, Chris. I'm a what? I'm a sports entertainer, brother. So yeah. The Matt Menard.
The Jericho Appreciation Society.
Number one.
It's the
sports
entertainers.
No, this whole thing's gonna be insane, guys. We've been waiting for this day for months. I can't believe it's here. We're like 5 minutes away from leaving, and holy shit! I'm so fucking excited. Let's fucking go.
Yeah. So
if you'd like to watch along with
us, well, too late. It's airing after it's airing. It'll be by the time this episode drops, the episode will have already.
Yeah, go get grandfathered in on Fight TV and find
go get AEW Plus on Fight TV.
True.
Then you can watch this episode.
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll be back in the back half to talk about our experiences seeing AEW Dynamite live in Detroit.
Fucking yes.
And we are back. We have about 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
We were at AEW Dynamite Blood and Guts.
Wow. God damn. That was wild on a number of levels.
Yeah.
I Okay, so we did the live WWE show, right?
Yes, we did.
And yeah, we did. Indeed. That is.
We did the house show, yeah.
Yeah, and like that was cool. That was really cool. I saw some of my like absolute faves that night. Got to see like Kofi/New Day. Got to see Sasha and Charlotte and Rey Mysterio and John Cena in the flesh, and that was wild. But it because of the house show nature of it, it felt very self-contained. And not to say that like took away from the experience, but it didn't have like an explicit sense of moment to it. Like you knew what you were there for. It was exhibition matches, no story was being advanced, no mind-blowing thing was happening. We were basically just seeing a slightly remixed version of what was going on TV at the time that we weren't actually there for any like meaningful whatever. This was not only had that sense of moment because we were watching things that were going to be airing and at least one major plot point thing happening, but it was like this all-encompassing experience between Elevation, Dynamite, and Dark. They all and Rampage. They all have such completely different feels, both from the house show that we went to back last year and just from each other, that it felt like this whole all-encompassing experience of like a grand night of wrestling TM. And it's wild to think they do this shit every single week in front of live people. It's like fuck.
I feel like it was a very momentous episode in particular also.
Oh my god, yeah. For multiple reasons.
Yeah,
because
not just the blood and guts part.
Not just blood and guts. So much wild shit happened.
Yeah, oh man, I can't wait to just get through all of it.
Yeah. Fuck. Insane.
Yeah.
So Dark. Let's
do a quick run through of Elevation.
Yeah, Elevation. So Justin Roberts is out there and he's like, oh, Elevation time, and it was mostly jobber squashes.
Yes, it was. The first 5 matches were only jobber squashes. The last 6 match was between 2 named talents, so it was a little bit better, a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah.
I don't know any of the jobbers' names. I'm sorry. They don't even get entrances here.
No, they really didn't.
They barely get. They reference their names long enough to like be told on TV.
Yep.
So I don't remember any of their names. But the first match, it was Anna Jay.
Yep.
That was very fun to get to see her. And she brought we had -1 with her. Mr. Brody Lee's son.
Brody Jr.
The canonical leader of the Dark Order now.
Yes.
He was here. I was pretty crazy because I didn't really expect to see him. It's not like he lives anywhere near Michigan. But that was great.
I think they're still based out in Florida, right?
Yeah, I believe. I think they still live in Florida. I guess it's summer break for him. So,
So I heard someone around us make that point. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, no. So totally did not expect to see -1 there. But that was
I feel like that's a bit of a didn't expect to see them here. There was a vibe to that all night when you look at it. That's an omen.
Tony Khan like was
you fucking madman.
That man was like giving Detroit a treat last night. I swear to God.
Yeah.
And he kind of we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Anna wins, of course.
Yeah. I don't have any comments or remarks about the first 5 matches.
No, I mean it's
just who was there.
Yeah. Yeah. No. That was dope. Second
match was the best friend. It was Best Friends Wrestling. And it was Chuck Taylor. That was a pretty big deal because Chuck Taylor has been kind of out with an injury for a couple months now, and he's popping back up on. I gotta see the Awful Waffle live, and the best friend hug. We got the best friend hug a bunch of times tonight.
My god!
But I was like, oh my god, the hug.
We got the hug spot. That was great. That it was dope to see. Yeah, I didn't expect to see Chuck. Didn't expect to see running.
He's been
Chuck Taylor.
He's been largely off TV because of them when they were doing the Roppongi Vice stuff.
Yeah,
which I guess kind of checks out in the sense of it'd be a little weird for Chuck Taylor to be like, oh, my tag team partner is just teaming with his old partner now, and I guess I'm just here.
Yeah, I thought it was Roppongi Vice for a hot second. Then it got closer. I'm like, wait, shit, no, that's Chuck. That's Chuck Taylor, baby. Yeah, I remember Daniel lost his mind too. That was nuts.
Yeah, because he hasn't been around, so it's like, whoa.
Yeah, that was cool. And then was it Dark Order 2?
No, Dark Order 2 is the last match with.
Oh yeah, that was the
next match was, I think this was Lethal and Satnam Singh.
Yeah,
was when they showed up.
And Lethal and Satnam Singh were there.
No, Lethal barely did anything, which sucks, but I get it. It was mostly there for Satnam to get reps.
Oh yeah,
and it's honestly I'm pretty okay with Satnam Singh. Like, he's a bit of a polarizing figure in the AEW fandom because AEW fans like their work rates.
True.
And big man ex-basketball player is in fact not a work rate, a workhorse. But I like his presence and his move where he literally like dribbles people's heads like a basketball and slams it into the mats.
That one's great. There was a great spot too where Jay Lethal was in the in the ring for kind of the first few minutes of the match, and then he kind of went to tag out Satnam, and both members of the opposing tag team just literally got in their hands, and he's like, no, please, don't do it. And Lethal's kind of like, yeah, fuck you, and slaps him anyway, which was great. Satnam Singh is insane to look at because that man, he literally makes people look like toys next to him. Like, literally, like looking at Satnam Singh, it's like this on TV too, but especially in person, looking at Satnam Singh kind of from the distance we were at, like, fucks with your sense of perspective and makes it look like he is like the normal sized person. Everyone else around him is like a miniature person. It's so fucky. He makes Lethal look tiny. He makes Sanjay Dutt look tiny. He makes every single other person around him look tiny. It's horrifying.
Yeah. So he gets the win. And then next match was Anthony Ogogo. And man, the crowd died so hard for this guy. And I in a way I get it because he hasn't been on AEW TV since the Cody feud. It was disastrous. And that's annoying. The one for if you don't remember, that's the one where Cody ended racism.
Yeah, oh yeah. Enter racism, Cody Rhodes.
Yes. So like he hasn't been on TV. He got injured in the aftermath of that match, and then he's just been back on Dark trying to get more reps. So like nobody had any real reaction to him. I was kind of into. I was like, yeah, go, knock him out.
Yeah.
It is a little weird that he ends his matches with a knockout in a way that nobody else ends anyone else's matches are ended that way.
Yeah.
But
it could be a cool signature if people gave a shit about him.
Yeah, I admit I kind of liked it better when he just straight liver punched somebody and then they were like, I quit.
Yeah. No, Ogogo. My reaction to Ogogo was like, oh shit, that's Anthony Ogogo. Oh, we're doing that. Okay. Yeah. I was just.
Oh, governor.
Yeah. It was the best part was though he was facing a local a local
Detroit guy.
Yeah, and nobody knew the fuck this guy's name, but they all were rooting for him over.
Yeah, we started doing a "Let's Go Jobber" chant.
Something I never thought I'd hear in my life was the crowd aggressively, happily chanting "Let's Go Jobber." Yeah. That was
incredible.
I felt that was a magical moment too.
Yeah, and then speaking of magical,
the
next match was a women's tag match. Out comes Hikaru Shida, which is in its own way pretty impressive. She's been hanging out in Tokyo Joshi Pro for a while now. Yeah, more so than AEW TV. So like, I was like, whoa, she's back. But first comes Yuka Sakazaki. I was like, oh my god, she's here.
Yeah, what the fuck was Yuka Sakazaki
if you have been following
Detroit on Elevation?
If you've been following this podcast, you understand that when it comes to the Joshi women who have appeared on AEW, I am a bit of a weeb in a way that I'm not really a weeb in any other way.
Yeah,
but oh boy, I was prepared for Emi Sakura.
Yeah,
and honestly, I think I'm a little more excited that I got Yuka.
Yeah, no, like Emi Sakura would have been cool to see. Do not get me wrong there. Love me some Emi, but
the magical girl is like rarely in America.
Yeah,
so I was like, what the fuck are you doing
here? Her and Shida. Why is Shida back?
I know it was
Dark of all places.
Yeah. So obviously it was only a couple minutes long. We didn't really get to see a lot of the cool stuff that Yuka or Shida could do. But like
we saw,
still there. I still saw
and
Yuka Sakazaki live. That was incredible.
Something I never thought I would like do.
Yeah.
I just kind of assumed like like Sheeta, if I, assuming I go to like future events and stuff, I Sheeta's someone I can relatively expect to have seen at some point or other. Yuka Sakazaki, not so
a rare find in America. And I think she really just only works AEW when she's here.
Really.
I don't think she works indies. Like Maki Ito has done like American indie stuff. As another example. Yeah, she did a couple of indie shows when she was here.
Yeah, maybe she'll pop up in GCW.
That would. Oh my god. But yeah, Yuka Sakazaki. I've never really seen her do anything in America outside of AEW. So it's like, whoa.
It's insane. It's absolutely incredible. It's so. It was magical, literally.
Yeah.
It was like poof, she appeared.
So that was the only thing that could have made it better is if Yuka came out to her own music. She can't. They both came out to Sheeta's.
Yeah, fair enough. They're trying to chugga right along here.
Yeah. So those are the first 5, and then we got to the name match, as I would call it, the main event of Dark Elevation, the Factory, QT Marshall, Aaron Solo, and Nick Komoroto versus the Dark Order of Evil Uno, Preston 10 Vance, and
Reynolds was
and Alex Reynolds.
Reynolds was it was 3v3. Yeah. That was we got a little more of a substantial match. Once again, everybody was pissed that the Factory was there. Like literally, Factory's music hits, and all of us are going, God fucking damn it, not the Factory.
Everyone got mad at it, yeah.
Except there was like a group of dudes.
There was absolutely to the left of us. Yeah, we're a bunch of fucking heel cheering smarks.
Yeah, like
who decided to like cheer the heels all night long.
We're going like QT Marshall, and we were all like, shut the fuck
up. We got the QT sucks chance pretty much the entire fucking match.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Even when QT was not wrestling.
Well, yeah, because fuck QT Marshall.
Yeah. Solo and Camarado, nah. Who gives a shit? Fuck QT.
That one was a bit of a nail biter. Fucking much as I hate the Factory, they put up a good fight.
Yeah, it was.
And I wasn't sure, and I as longtime listeners are aware, I'm deeply invested in Dark Order getting to win on TV.
Yeah.
And so, or win at all in any capacity.
I'll take any win, really.
I'll take any dub from the Dark Order. We already got Anna earlier, so that's a plus.
That's one.
That's one. We could get more though, and it was a tough match. Reynolds got knocked out of it kind of early.
Yeah, Reynolds was relatively. Yeah, it was mostly Uno and 10 who did stuff.
Uno and 10 especially. I don't like. It's 10 gets kind of pushed as like the Dark Order's strongman. I think, and
he does.
And like that makes me yearn, especially for him to get some sort of good TV push because he could be really good. 10 is insanely like Preston Vance is really talented, and he just looks physically impressive. Like he's this really fucking like ripped dude in a Deathstroke mask, right? Like,
he's
purple and gray.
He's cool as fuck.
Yeah,
and he doesn't get used enough.
Definitely not.
Tony Khan, I don't think cares much for the Dark Order.
Why?
Really, I don't know.
Why?
I don't think he sees much in them. And
why the fuck does he have them in the first place? Whatever.
Because we need dark guys.
Yeah,
so I was going to keep them around.
I guess.
And Uno does a lot of stuff for the gaming side.
Dude, so. Uno is the best, okay? Uno has such good presence. Like, like, whenever you do get to see him, like, really have a good bout in ring, he's good. Him against Bryan Danielson was a
Evil Uno is a great wrestler.
He's a really good wrestler, and he's got phenomenal presence, too. Like, they had the match that was Fuego del Sol plus a couple members of Dark Order against House of Black. And the promo that they cut for it was dope. This was a couple months ago, I remember. But it was Fuego's going like, yeah, we're gonna, I'm gonna take you down, we're gonna kick your ass, and I brought some friends with me. And Uno just fucking like steps into the shot doing this maniacal laugh. He's like, and we always and I'm like, fuck. Even though it's House of Black, I'm probably gonna lose to them. Like Uno makes it feel so legit. So seeing that was cool. -1 was back in their corner. And he really got to have his fun here. Like he was cheering Anna on, but he was acting as like their manager during this.
If they had lost this match, he probably had some papers that he was going to hit Uno with.
He definitely follows in his dad's project. No, but he's like takes off his jacket and throws it down, and you can see him on the sidelines going like like throwing his arms up, like, come on, guys. It was great. I love that kid. Oh my god. So yeah, but hard fought match back and forth. Credit where credit is due. Nail biter, even though fuck the factory.
Yeah, that's the Elevation ran from about 7 to 7:45.
Yeah.
And then we spent 15 minutes listening to the Dynamite theme.
Yeah.
Great.
We love it.
Man,
love
it almost made me yearn for the WWE commercials.
No.
Just to have literally anything else to look at.
Oh god. Oh no.
But we start Dynamite and
Well, first Tony Khan comes out and he's like, "I got some great
let's
stuff.
go, yeah, we love Detroit.
Oh, I love Detroit. It's so cool here." And I think he said something. I can't remember if this was before Dynamite or before Rampage, about how, I don't know how, but something about like his dad owes some kind of debt to the city of Detroit.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he was talking about. I think he was talking about how like his dad made his fortunes in the automotive industry. So he has a big respect for Detroit.
Yeah. Detroit's got a special place in TK's heart.
Yeah. And so he's talking about how very excited I'm super excited to be in Detroit.
Yeah, no, I gotta say,
the fucking city of Detroit.
Fucking city. He loves to say the fuck word, dude. No, I have to say, for as much as we meme on TK, there's something that's so endearing about him, like, coming out to talk to everyone in between. Like, McMahon doesn't do that shit.
No.
And good. I would not want McMahon.
Yeah, I wouldn't want him to try. I don't think he would feel sincere.
And look, no billionaires are your friend. Let me be perfectly clear about that. No billionaires are your friend. However, Khan has a very endearing personality to him, and he does have a clear passion for what he does, and you can feel that when he's like coming out to work the crowd, and it's kind of adorable, and it makes me smile.
Yeah,
cringe as it may be. We will continue to meme on Tony Khan, but that stuff like that does have a bit of a soft spot for me. Being able to come out and like vibe with the crowd for a second.
So we just gonna get started right away.
Yeah,
with Ethan Page. Oh no, Orange comes out first.
Orange Cassidy comes out first. Because
the big reveal is that if you haven't been keeping up with the rumors around Orange Cassidy, is that basically originally in AEW they wanted him to come out to Jane by Jefferson Starship. That's a theme he used on the Indies, but they couldn't get the licensing to come through.
Yeah, and
so Tony Khan tried again. And he almost had it for Forbidden Door, and it just didn't come through just in time. But so for tonight on Wednesday on Dynamite, he debuted under With Jane by Jefferson Starship in a big moment.
And people lost their goddamn minds for it.
Yeah.
And Kyle was losing his mind because Kyle, as we established, loves the fuck out of Orange Cassidy. So my man was losing it. Daniel was losing it because he just goes, "Is that Jane?" So we're all marking out for OC off the top, and then Ethan Page comes out, and shock of all shockers, so does Dan Lambert.
I'll be honest, I got no idea what he said because we were all too busy chanting "Shut the fuck up."
There was something very magical about just overpowering Dan Lambert with our own voices and just not being able to comprehend by sheer force of will the shit that he was saying.
Yeah,
it was beautiful. I don't know. I remember him. I think he didn't like shit on Detroit, which kind of surprised me.
I think he had like one line.
Maybe I don't know.
I've heard this is a reoccurring thing from other people who talked about going there live, is that they also couldn't hear Dan Lambert because they were all too busy chanting to him to shut up.
Well, yeah, it's great, and I feel so sorry for everybody watching at home who actually did hear what he had to say.
It was probably stupid.
If you did hear what he had to say,
I haven't had a chance to go back and watch Dynamite on TV, so I don't know what he said.
Please don't feel the necessity to tell us in the comments. We don't care.
I don't care what he has to say.
Fuck Dan Lambert. He's an annoying piece of shit.
He decides to kind of like get the best friends thrown out of the match before it starts.
Yeah, for some reason. I don't even know how the hell he managed that.
Yeah, but
especially when he got to stay ringside.
Bryce Remsburg went along with it, I guess.
Yeah.
And so the best friends are gone for the match.
Heel referee Bryce Remsburg.
Yeah, you're right.
He's like Dan Lambert's paying me under the table. I have to do what he says. Sorry, boy.
He always has been.
Always has been. Yeah. Fucking fucking Dan Lambert secretly running this whole operation.
Yep.
God.
So Orange and OC have their match, and it's pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. The whole thing was, as I think we talked about in the front half, Dan Lambert just took exception to what a lazy piece of shit Orange Cassidy is, and so off the bat, Ethan Page was mocking Cassidy's whole hand in the pockets thing, and he was throwing around for a little bit for a decent amount of the match. But he does this thing where he's got Orange Cassidy kind of held up behind his back, and Orange Cassidy's facing the other direction, and like he's fighting through the hand in the pants bit, and everyone's of course, but then he can't do it, but then but he can't do it, but then he makes it, and so like he's elevated by Ethan Page, puts his hands in his pockets, and of course then proceeds to spend most of the rest of the match with his hands in his pockets, just to spite Dan Lambert, and like throws Ethan Page around. And the best part is at one point Dan Lambert's getting real mad at the fact that OC is oof.
Yeah, okay.
How can such a lazy piece of shit?
Dan Lambert gets up on the apron, and Orange Cassidy like does lazy shoves to get him off the apron.
Yeah.
And whoa, oh, and then he takes. Okay, Dan Lambert brought orange juice to the match.
I don't know why. I feel like that's asking for trouble.
Yeah,
like never to victim blame, but if he's got the orange juice, he's kind of asking.
He's very much kind of asking for exactly what happened here.
Yeah.
Where Orange Cassidy steals the orange juice, drinks it.
Yeah.
Ethan Page goes to attack Orange. Orange ducks, and Ethan Page barely avoids knocking Lambert off.
Mm-hmm.
And then Orange ducks past Ethan Page and mists him with the orange juice,
which was nuts, and that throws Lambert off the ring finally.
Yeah,
which was great.
Match ends with a couple of orange punches.
Oh yeah,
and then I don't know what move he did to win. It was like a slam kind of a move. It's not one he's used before to win. But he does get the win. 1, 2, 3. Everyone rejoices.
Everyone rejoices. Dan Lambert is converted to the House of Orange.
Of course,
as you do.
We'll get back to that sometime in the future.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, 3 months down the line, Orange Cassidy's gonna be facing off against someone, and the lights are gonna go down, and they're gonna come back up, and Dan Lambert's gonna be in the ring with like fucking orange spray paint across his eyes.
Yeah.
And he does the thumbs up thing. Oh, the best, I think, face turn we could ever hope for in any pro wrestling context ever.
Absolutely. So after that, while we're in commercial, Serpentico of Chaos Project runs into the ring, gets an entrance and runs to the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then out comes Christian Cage. When we come back to commercial, Tony Schiavone is interviewing Christian Cage.
Yeah. And of course he does. Everyone's booing him.
Nobody really heard what he had to say that he had to say either.
Yeah. Well,
I caught more from what he said.
I caught more partially because he did the same thing he did in his last interview with Schiavone, where he's like, I'll wait till you have the good manners to shut up, which is like, I don't know why Christian's thing now is like the disappointed dad, like, I'll wait, but it kind of suits him. Yeah, I'll be honest.
So
he says that he's the one who shits on Detroit for the cheap heel heat. He's like the classiest ever Detroit, and we're all like,
he said the only thing good about Detroit is about how close it is to Canada.
Yeah, and everyone's like, oh, fuck this guy.
And so he continues his tirade. He says that he was asked to come out here and apologize for what he said to Jungle Boy last week about his father.
Mm-hmm.
And Christian Cage explains that he has never apologized for anything in his career. He's not starting now. And in fact, he actually misspoke when he said, he talked about the disappointed dad. He actually explained that he wishes that all of Jungle Boy's family was dead.
Except for his mother, whom he wants to bang.
Yeah, he's like, except for your mom, call me. And everybody, I think everyone in the arena had a shock of that he actually said, I actually wish your whole family was dead.
I mean, I don't know what to expect at this point. Christian Cage has clearly been given the okay by the Perry family to just go balls to the wall and shitting on them on TV.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's going to do what he can, including, again, cannot stress this enough, hitting on Jungle Boy's mom because he's got a thing for MILFs or something. And again, see, for me, I still think he hasn't topped your son's a piece of shit and he's going to be drinking birthday cake out of a straw. That was, I think, my favorite line from him in this saga part. But then, oh boy. Okay.
He explains that he asked for a match tonight, but then he's like, but not for me.
Yeah. I'm out here in my street clothes. You might be wondering, well, Christian asked for a match. Why is he? I never said the match was for me, and I'm over here at this point. Just
and
very sad.
My God, new music, new fire, smoke and shit.
Yeah.
Out comes Luchasaurus in all black.
Oh, you can tell he's a bad guy now because everything he wears is black. Yeah, he's all black mask. Pretty sure he's got like black stuff around his mouth. Like the whole uniform has just been dyed black, and like he's got this fucking, like, along with his music, got this like dinosaur stomp sound effect going on as he walks out, which is wild. And like Goofy is all hell, but I'm too sad over here. I'm too busy over here being absolutely fucking devastated that Luchasaurus, the paragon of wholesome goodness, has in fact turned heel.
This man hasn't been so evil since Lucha Underground.
Yeah,
quite frankly.
Fuck. Oh man.
And so Luchasaurus wins in like 3 moves.
Oh yeah, no.
And
He gores Serpentico really early on, which it's funny too because I like when I've watched Luchasaurus in the past, I'm like, he has the horns on his head, and by all accounts, a ref should definitely not let that in the ring.
Hey man, that's a natural part of his body as a dinosaur.
Yeah,
clearly.
You
can't. It's like going after Danhausen with the teeth. Like Dan, like it's teeth. Everyone has teeth. That's fine. It's legal.
Everyone has teeth. I mean, sure, no, but yeah, he gore. But I remember thinking like, when I've watched him in the past, I'm like, man, as a face, like it's wild that like he still does that, but like he used it sparingly, and I just kind of wondered about it, and I had the thought of like, oh man, if he ever turns heel, he's gonna be like really using that shit more. But I also like would have the thought of, why would Luchasaurus ever turn heel? He and Jungle Boy are good eternal baby faces and make a phenomenal tag team together. And then they started pushing Jungle Boy as a solo career, and I was like, oh no. So yeah, here he is, and he doors Serpentico really early on. So I guess we're going to be seeing a lot more people headbutted by Luchasaurus's horns, which again are, I guess, legal. So
hell yeah, they are.
That's great.
I believe it was at this point we got the video package with Jay Lethal.
It might have been, yeah.
But we get a video detailing that Jay Lethal is like, "Hey Joe, when are you gonna defend your title, bro?"
Yeah, I feel like we've seen this exact same like video package before.
Joe is busy doing a TV show.
So yeah,
not free right now.
Yeah, he's playing a bad guy on something.
Heavy metal.
I don't know.
I don't have that off. I know that's what he's off doing. He's not injured or anything.
Again, still too busy crying about Luchasaurus' heel turn.
He is, but it seems like that the match between Lethal and Joe will happen at Death Before Dishonor on July 23rd.
Yeah, the next ROH pay-per-view.
Yeah. So then we get our obligatory women's match of Dynamite.
Yes.
With Layla Gray and Jade Cargill.
Indeed.
And Jade did her Jade thing about this one. Layla Gray did not last long and did not have a chance.
Yes, yeah. But what's wild is that, they I can't remember if they're like cutting promo shit afterward.
They did,
like,
okay. So
yeah.
So Stokely Hathaway gets the mic. And then Jade Cargill is like, Stokely, this is bullshit. Give me more. I'm 30. Give me more challenge. And so Stokely gets the mic back, and he complains about the fact that a woman who doesn't even work here, that Jade put out an open challenge, and the person who accepted is not someone who doesn't even work here.
Yep.
And he proceeds to call Chris Statlander and Athena lazy, and right on that cue, out they come. It's like, oh, you son of a bitch.
Of course.
How dare you?
Athena's music hits, and out she comes, and Statlander just kind of follows. We're like, oh wow, what a shock!
So they get started. They start fighting. They kind of quickly deal with Hathaway and Kiera Hogan, and then they're setting Jade up to get hit with Athena's finisher, and Layla Gray runs back into the ring and attacks Statlander and Athena.
Yup,
helping to run them off.
Yeah, so I guess we found our newest baddie, or at least our...
Maybe. Because Jade was very much like who the fuck are you?
Did she? Oh, I thought
she was absolutely
grateful for the help. Kiera Hogan looked skeptical for sure.
Yeah, I thought Jade looked a little skeptical about it.
It's entirely possible.
Layla Gray was like, nah, I'm very confident I'm joining the baddies.
Yeah, no. Because Jade's been doing that baddie search, and I wonder like how they sourced out Layla Gray specifically. Mm-hmm. Did she actually respond with an AOL email?
Yeah.
The world will never know.
We'll see.
Yeah. But so potential new member of the baddies.
Yes.
Which I have to say added a fun twist to the usual Jade Jobber Squash formula.
Absolutely. I honestly thought we were about to get some inside job shit.
Yeah.
But like the reactions of Stokely and Kiera and Jade make it pretty clear that like
this was
Layla was going rogue.
Layla's out to impress.
She's shooting her shot. It was not a situation where they prearranged it. It was going to be that Layla was a part of the group.
Yeah, so I guess potential new member of the baddies. That's going to be exciting to see where that goes going forward.
Yep. Then we get a promo, and I admit I lost it on this one for a couple of good reasons. We get a promo with the Young Bucks.
Yup.
As they're talking about how like they're the tag champs again, but they can't be happy because all of their friends are gone.
Yep.
Is Kyle O'Reilly is hurt, Brandon Cutler is sick, Adam Cole is hurt, and it's like we have no more friends here. And Matt Jackson goes, well, except for, and then Nick cuts him off from finishing that sentence, except for these, baby. And he points to the title. So the hints of the Hangman Bucks reunion continue.
Oh shit! Wait, have they been hinting at that?
That was a little bit, but that was definitely what Matt Jackson was hinting at.
Oh shit!
That Hangman is the only friend they have left here.
Well, fuck.
But they talk about their titles and they announce that for Rampage they put out the challenge for Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi of New Japan Pro Wrestling. I believe their tag team name is officially like Bishamon, I believe. But nobody calls them that because we're too busy calling them, as Deadlock coined it, two guys being dudes.
What? Why exactly?
I don't know, but that's what they're called, man. That's what they are. Two guys being dudes.
Yeah, what's better than this? Guys being dudes. No.
Yeah, so I was losing my fucking mind.
Yeah, because here's the thing I've never realized before about that. Because I always knew, right, they tape Rampage after they tape Dynamite at these live showings. It never crossed my mind that during Dynamite, when they do these this week on Rampage promos, they are signaling to the live audience, you are going to see that later tonight, which is fucked. So that we all start losing our mind because I'm like, wait, shit, I'm gonna get to see a Young Bucks match live.
Yeah, I was
kind of
crazy about that one.
That was insane.
Before we jump on to the main event, I will mention that.
Wait, hold up. We forgot a major match of this.
We did?
Yeah, we did.
Orange
okay, well,
squash.
I guess since Austin doesn't remember.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about the Ass Boys.
Yes.
Like, hold on.
Yeah, there was a match that was announced like after we had gotten there. Like it was announced like during the like setup or some shit.
Yeah, it was like it came out about like on social media like 7:00.
Yeah.
But it was Max Caster and the Ass Boys versus Danhausen and a mystery partner.
Yeah, and we're like, fuck, who's this gonna be? Like Daniel was theorizing Motor City Machine Guns, which would have been insane.
Would have been crazy. I like what we got, but Max Caster comes out and his rap.
Listen.
Honestly, a lot of it got cut off. He had a bad mic. His mic was failing him a little bit. I did remember he got a line in about Flint's water.
Yup, I did catch that too.
Top notch,
of course.
The Giuliani line was
I
later, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
He does, to spoil Rampage, he does 2 promos, and so I don't remember which lines came from which.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah, listen.
Yo,
but yeah,
listen.
And it was interesting because he ends with he ends the rap with directing it. Oh, he has a line about we're fighting the Juggalo.
He calls him. He calls
Danhausen a
Juggalo,
which is funny because I told you this story, but I was watching. There was one time at work I was catching up on like a week's Rampage or Dynamite or something, and Hookhausen was on it, and one of my coworkers came into the office where I was sitting, and she looks at the computer, sees Danhausen and Hook, and gets very concerned because according to her, she's looking at a school shooter and a Juggalo making friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I swear to God, it's not like. So yeah, I guess not. There are multiple people that find Danhausen to be Juggalo-esque. Okay, I mean, I guess ICP are wrestling guys, so fair enough.
Yeah.
But,
Juggalo Championship Wrestling. Whoop whoop.
Damn it.
So I will now say it felt significant as foreshadowing.
Yeah.
But after Caster does his rap,
yeah,
he does not give the mic over to the Ass Boys to fuck up and
where
say the wrong city.
Which I was sad. I wanted to know what they were going to call Detroit.
Lansing!
Ann Arbor!
Yeah. He takes it straight to Bowens, who does the, Detroit! McLean, how I ride, scissor me!
Yeah, but that's the other thing. He goes straight into scissor me, daddy ass, instead of fucking.
Let me hear you say ass, boys.
Let me hear you say ass.
He goes scissor me, daddy ass.
Yeah, but
they cut out the ass boys part,
but
which
this is
feels significant in retrospect.
This is the response to what we were talking about in the front half, where they had the whole promo where Billy Gunn gets mad at the ass boys for running out on him. And he claims and Cass was like, no, we'll take care of it. So he basically said to Danhausen, this is what you're going to get for calling them the ass boys. So then Danhausen comes out, his music hits the arena, goes wild for Hometown Boy. Holy shit, we were all so happy to see him.
Yeah, he explains that he thinks he's found a couple of good wrestlers.
Yeah, he's like, I found a couple of wrestlers. I think they're pretty good at wrestling. And then FTR's theme hits. Top guys are here. What the fuck? Did not expect that either.
Yep, top guys are here. So it's Danhausen and FTR, or as we chanted, FT-Hausen.
Yeah.
Versus Max Caster and the Ass Boys.
Yeah.
And I mean, how do you think this match went? Really?
It was so fucking magical. Okay, the Gun Club were gun clubbing it up. They were just trying to dick on Danhausen. Caster's there trying to do his work. FTR is there very much trying to do their work. It was so funny because half the time, FTR's they both, Dax and Cash kind of both looked a little bewildered. They were kind of actually here doing this. They're kind of we got ourselves involved in this. Again, I mean,
yeah, sure, whatever.
More people to wrestle.
We're a little demon guy to ask us to wrestle tonight. I'm in.
Who are we to say we do like wrestling? So who are we to say no? Yeah,
sure, we're in.
So FTR goes to prompt work, beating up on all three of their opponents. Danhausen definitely gets his spot. So the first time he's in the ring kind of officially twice. First time he gets beaten up a lot. He gets thrown around a lot. But the second time, FTR's kind of softened them up for him. So Danhausen's roughing him up himself, throwing him around. And I think it's Danhausen.
He goes for the go to sleep on.
Yeah, that was insane. He goes to do the curse,
and then he
signals the go to sleep, which I was like, what the fuck?
Chicago Phil isn't here to make him tell him no.
Hey, Chicago Phil owes Danhausen royalties and human money, so this is just them evening out, okay? Or no, wait, doesn't he claim that the go to sleep was invented by him and that Chicago Phil owes him restitution for it?
Probably does.
I think it's something like that, which is mwah. That's the closest I got to seeing Punk tonight, by the way, which I'll take it.
Sure, so he goes for the go to sleep, and it's at this point. There's some shenanigans, but then Anthony Bowens, it's a miracle. He can walk. He runs into the ring with a crutch.
Yeah, and everyone like, and Aubrey sees him because Aubrey was reffing this, right?
I don't remember who ref this.
I want to say it was Aubrey, but I can't remember. It might not have been her. But ref catches him. Everyone kind of catches him. Ass boy, he's clearly trying to go in undetected by the ass boys, but the ass boys see him, and he just kind of freezes like a deer in the headlights once he realizes that like everyone. And Daniel's mouth agape. I'm mouth agape. I got completely worked by this.
I can't believe it. Anthony Bowen's been in that wheelchair for so long.
Well, because what I thought had happened, right, was he did have like that legit little injury that kept him out for a while.
Yeah, I think that part was legit. And
no, that part was
in
legit.
The wheelchair for a while.
But then he had a match on like Dark or something where it looks they kind of made it look like he got like legit injured. And I remember seeing a clip of like backstage after that where he was playing it up, and I didn't think anything of it. I thought they were just like, Bowens was worse for wear than they thought, so they were like, okay, we're gonna like keep him out more to give him more time to recover, and he like fucked himself up, so we're gonna play that up a little bit, just because why not? Sure. And then they were carting Bowens around so he could still be included in all like the ass claim stuff. So I was like, fair enough, right? But then Bowens stands up out of the wheelchair completely fine, and I'm like, I got
incredible.
God fucking damn it.
Yeah, so Bowens tries to hit Danhausen with the crutch and instead hits one of the ass boys.
Yep.
Maybe it was Colton. I can't really tell them apart. He hits one of them, and Danhausen gets the win off of that.
Yeah. And then ass boys are pissed.
No, they are mad.
They are not happy. And so they start.
The ass claimed implodes.
Yeah. So okay. So like FTR and Danhausen are like, well, good enough for us. And they kind of
all right, we win. We're leaving.
We win. Danhausen's happy. FTR's like, yeah, we did our job. This is what we're here to do. And I love doing that. FTR's like just casual. Yeah, we're doing whatever. But so there is a meeting of everyone in the center of the ring for ass claim, and ass boys are real mad, and they start to gang up on Bowens, and then Daddy Ass steps in between them to protect the Acclaim.
Yep, the lines have been drawn.
Billy Gunn loves the Acclaim more than his own sons. I kept harping on that as a meme because I thought it was a meme and I thought it was funny. I did not legitimately expect them to turn this into an angle where Billy Gunn turns on his own fucking sons actually in favor of the Acclaim. That was so fucking bonkers. So I guess the new rivalry that's coming down the pipe.
Hell yeah.
Ass claimed was nice while it lasted. I made a clip to Austin, but I think half the reason they broke them up at this point is so Max Caster didn't have to keep finding new rhymes for ass boys at the end of every one of his promos. Which, fair. I did have the thought of like, I wonder how many of these he can like pull out of his pile. Like, are we gonna go to like Wrestlicious levels of ridiculous slant rhymes just to make it work? I don't know.
Well, now we'll never have
to figure that out, endure the pain, or be enlightened by Max Caster's lyrical genius.
Yeah. So those were our matches before the main event. I will say is that I did read online. There was a promo between Scorpio Sky and Wardlow backstage to set up their street fight next week. For the TNT title that we did not get to see.
Oh well.
So in there in person.
Sad we didn't get to see Wardlow live, but whatever. I'll take what we got. Because that was fucking nuts.
So we get a final blood and guts video package. There's not really anything
I think it was just like it was like a redux version of what we saw in the Road to Detroit.
The only real significant thing that I think it was we had Ruby Soho on there talking about how Eddie Kingston doesn't really trust very many people. She being one of the few, as to kind of a primer for this tension between Eddie Kingston and Claudio Castagnoli, who Eddie Kingston absolutely despises.
Yeah.
So
there are a few people in this world Eddie Kingston does not despise. I guess Ruby Soho counts herself among that prestigious,
which felt a little weird at the
random.
time,
Yeah,
but it all came back around as we get to blood and guts. The cage was lowered.
Oh my god! And they gave us a whole rundown of the rule. Something that I didn't realize like they do for like more complicated matches than this is like on all the fucking jumbotrons around the arena, they flash up little like text cards with all like explaining the rules of the match.
Yeah. So I explained the War Games rules in the front half. I will say that what it was in this version was 4 minutes for the first two guys, and a new person every 3 minutes was the rule set here, because this match goes an hour.
Yeah.
Officially, I think it's clocked at about 35 minutes because until everybody gets in the ring and the bell rings, it's not officially the start of the match.
Which is insane.
But
so
the match functionally took an hour.
Like a 45-minute pre-match.
25-minute pre-match.
25 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I counted way wrong. But like just 25 minutes of pre-match, because why not? Just I guess everyone get nice and buttered up before we get into like the real thing, which is insane already.
Yeah. So out comes the Jericho Appreciation.
The Jericho Appreciation
and we did not get a lot of the sing-alongs we were hoping for tonight. No Boom, no Colt, no Ruby Soho, no Jungle Boy,
no Tarzan Boy. Yeah,
but we got
I got
Judas
one.
in our minds.
Yeah, the Jericho Appreciation Society, the best or the epitome of sports entertainers. Let me just say, I knew before the JAS angle, I knew fuck all about 2.0, and I was just like, they keep feuding with Eddie Kingston, okay, and they just kind of seem like whatever boys. At the very least, I have been so much more turned on to Matt Menard.
Daddy Magic. Working that magic.
Just because of his ridiculous ass, like Brooklyn, Chicago, whatever accent that he's got going on. The epitome of sports entertainers. Yeah, your fucking champion. When we played my GM mode earlier, WWE 2K22, Austin was riding the Daddy Magic train.
Yeah, I don't know who came up with the idea to parody the WWF intro with that, but thank you whoever came up with it.
With his line,
is the World Wrestling Federation, the epitome of sports entertainment.
Oh my god!
And it's a direct parody of that.
That's so dope, dude! Holy shit! So they come out and
dressed in all red.
Yeah, these dorky ass red outfits. There's like fucking like red like fishnet shirts.
Yeah.
Red like JAS branded shorts with like long.
Ty Conti came out in a very nice red dress.
Oh, she looked bad. She looked drop dead.
And meanwhile, Daniel Garcia came out in a red do-rag.
Most of the rest of them came out wearing fucking red fedoras, which was goddamn ridiculous.
So we all do our sing-along.
Daniel literally goes, "What the hell are they wearing?"
I was like, "What are these people wearing live on TV?"
Yeah, I got a great I got a great spot of like Chris Jericho standing like on the edge of the cage, kind of like observing the crowd around him. And I'm like, man, this guy looks like such a jackass. Jericho gets on mic and he's like,
which I think this was in commercial.
This was in commercial?
I think it was.
Okay, it's entirely possible. It's entirely possible.
Yeah, obviously we can't tell.
Yeah, no.
When we're there, but he gets it on the mic and he is like, "Hey, you guys having a good time tonight?
Yeah.
You glad to be here at Dynamite?" And then he goes, "You know why it took so long for us to come to Detroit?" And I went, no, he's gonna do it.
I thought to myself, Jericho, I had not considered that question. Please tell me why.
And he explains it's because Detroit sucks.
Wow. No, what? Do we suck, Jericho? I definitely have not heard that from every single other heel trying to build cheap fucking heat about Detroit or any other major city that they're visiting.
I'm surprised he didn't try to like squeeze Detroit Rock City in there somewhere.
Oh yeah.
But
who needs Detroit rock? Who needs rock and roll when hair metal is so much better?
yeah. So
you all should be listening to Fozzy.
Oh god.
Where is your Fozzy Hall of Fame, Detroit?
Yeah. So he gets, he like begs to fight. He threatens to fight people in the crowd,
Yeah,
and he
of course
says
he
that if
does.
he does, he'll throw a fireball in your face. And then he pauses before he says, "Because I'm a wizard."
Yeah, G Jericho's because you're a wizard. No way. I love how proud of the fact that he is a wizard. Chris Jericho is. Like he says because I'm a wizard with such self-satisfaction that you just kind of think he believes that he's legitimately a wizard because he can throw flash paper fireballs.
I'm very sad he didn't try to do that in Bloody
I
Guts.
was really surprised.
I thought when he threw the alcohol in Moxley's face, that he was going to try to fireball him off of it.
I thought for sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so he's Jericho's a wizard. Walkity.
Yeah. So then Eddie Kingston comes out with LAX to his DMX music, and then Yuta and Claudio come out to Claudio's music, along with Regal, and then Wild Thing, you make my heart sing. And we were in a perfect position to see Moxley come out.
Moxley fucking comes around the band, and like the way he did it, he came around like across like the opening in front of like the section where we were sitting, because like it was like a section where we were sitting, then like the floor, and then like all the people sitting. So he came between like the floor seats and our like set of bleachers, and like walked through and like came super close to our section, like stood up on the barrier for a second, was like and we we're like, oh shit, he's right there. Insane. Moxley in person doing that entrance was so off the chain.
Yeah, Moxley went all around the arena.
And I gotta say, him wearing that strap just makes it even
look good.
Cooler. And especially in person. Oh, it glimmers. We are not worthy. It's so shiny. Oh god. So
and then we get to the match. Man, I'm glad I didn't take notes, but I also kind of wish I did, because so much fucking happened.
So much happened. And like it legitimately was like 4 minutes between like each fucking competitor. So it was, I want to say
it was Claudio and
Claudio was first in.
Claudio and
Garcia.
No, Garcia came in second. It was Guevara. Sammy and Claudio started
the match.
And Claudio just kind of beats his ass.
Yeah, Sammy at one point tries to fucking like climb the cage to get away from Claudio, and Claudio, limmy boy that he is, just kind of like reaches up and gets to Sammy by the leg, and he's like, no, and then pulls Sammy down.
And then after 4 minutes, in comes Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, then it was Garcia and his red ass do-rag.
Yeah. So
over 1 million people saw Daniel Garcia in a red do-rag.
Incredible. So if in the War Games match, if you've never really watched one before, they do very much follow a formula here of heels get the numbers advantage and do some beating down, and then in comes the babyface to even the odds and take back advantage before the next heel comes in.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you know, it's intimidating in the moment, I'm sure, but I feel like, you know, after a while you have to be like, you know, once the numbers are pretty even, it kind of looks like the heels are only winning because of their like man advantage. So ripperoni.
Oof.
Big.
So it's 2-on-1 from there, and in comes Wheeler Yuta to even the odds when it's his turn up, and it's 2v2, and it's like the two technical wrestling boys in here going to work before all the scrappy hardcore guys get their shot.
Oh yeah, they definitely were like, they wanted to get Cesaro. I did it. Fucking JR called him Cesaro on commentary. I call him Cesaro just now. Shit.
By God,
that's Cesaro. I mean that Claudio. No, he's doing a submission on somebody at some point, like earlier on. I want to say.
I think he was going for the sharpshooter.
Yeah.
Relatively early on.
Yeah, I know, which was fucked.
But then number 3 in was
Jake Hager.
Was it Hager? I thought it was Angelo who came in. No, it's Hager. Angelo immediately gets his ass handed to him.
Yeah, no, because what happens is Hager enters and he's beaten down on Yuta.
He cleans house to take out Yuta and it was just Yuta.
Yeah, just Yuta.
And in come Jake Hager and him and Claude. No, because I think he beat down more than one person.
Okay, yeah, it might have been.
So
yeah.
I think Angelo Parker comes in next because I remarked that Angelo Parker kind of got his ass handed to him, and the heels barely got an advantage on 3v2.
Yeah, I know. Immediately, he's Angelo Parker's just getting dicked on. Like he's getting fucking. I can't even remember. I just know he started bleeding early. I don't know if it was that. I don't know if he was like.
I don't think anyone started bleeding until Moxley came in and started doing his thing.
But yeah, Parker gets in there and he's like, well, did he immediately try to run? Was that him?
Yeah, I think he tried to run pretty quick.
Yeah,
because when he gets in, Claudio and Yuta had Garcia and Sammy knocked down.
Yeah,
so there wasn't a real opportunity to do like
him down.
Advantage. So it's 2-on-1.
So he's in the corner. He kind of looks, and then he fucking turns around and tries to about face and run out of the cage. And Audrey literally had to fucking
she had the door shut on him
to keep him from escaping. That was so sick. So he gets in there and Yuta and Claudio start immediately beating his ass, which was beautiful to see. Fuck yeah.
And then then up next for the BCC was John Moxley. And Moxley brought steel chairs, and this is when the match started getting a little more violent.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. You get Moxley in there, and he just wants to fucking hurt people.
Starts throwing chairs all over the people, and we get the first bleed of the match because he gets Garcia down, and Moxley pulls a fucking fork out of his pocket.
Yeah.
And grates Garcia's forehead with a fork.
I know. Didn't he have Didn't he put Garcia up against the cage at one point?
He probably did.
Yeah,
he also had.
I remember the spot where like he's got like Garcia's face smushed up against the cage, and fucking Eddie Kingston walks around outside of the cage and just has this really cheesy smile, looking out on Daniel Garcia and kind of looking over at Chris Jericho like, "It's your boy." And he kind of waves at Garcia, and then walks away. And I'm like, "You cheeky bat!" And I noticed Eddie Kingston's already holding a kendo stick, which. Cool.
Yeah, he'll use that later.
Oh, that's our secret surprise we'll use later.
So number 4 in was Jake Hager, and he cleans house, and we get the stare down of the century.
Yeah,
as Claudio Castagnoli stares down with Jake Hager, and we all collectively start chanting "We the people." As an example, if you remember from our very first episode of this podcast, we watched the Real American Jack Swagger, who is Jake Hager in WWE, with his manager Zeb Coulter, who were doing a gimmick where they were patriots. Don't tread on me.
Yeah,
complaining,
and surprisingly heels.
Complaining about Mexican immigrants coming over and sneaking across the border and stealing our germs. And after WrestleMania 30, in the aftermath of that, they would add Cesaro who is Claudio Castagnoli, into the group as a model immigrant type, as that was the ideal there. And
he's a model immigrant because he's white.
Indeed, he's Swiss.
He's Swiss.
He's white.
He's as white as they come. Right up next to blonde-haired, blue-eyed Jake Hager.
Yeah.
God fucking damn it.
So and obviously the big chant for them was, put your hand over your heart and say, "We the people."
Yeah, I remember that from like the episode we watched, which was dumb as shit.
Yeah.
Which is funny. I think I remember what it was. Is the audience was booing them, but they still did the goddamn "We the people" chant because we're such fucking mindless.
Because we all love to say we love the chants. We the people.
We just like being a part of something. Okay.
Yeah, but they get in the ring and everyone's like, we start chanting "We the people" as a reference to the fact that they used to be in the tag team together.
So they have their stare down. They immediately start going at it. I can't remember who kind of got the advantage. I want to say it was Hager kind of like was dicking around.
Yeah, I think Hager got the advantage on that for the most part. Number 4 in was Ortiz.
Yeah, yup. Ortiz in next.
Yeah, he came wild in.
Of course he does.
When did Moxley get the first bag? It was around this time, right?
It might have been. Yeah, I think Ortiz.
He didn't. I don't think he used it until the next man came in, but I think he grabbed the bag.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice him grabbing it. I just noticed.
I remember him going into a corner and kind of around this point in the match, Jon Moxley goes into a corner off near the door where the Jericho Society comes in.
Oh yeah, does he hold it up before he ends up using it?
Yes, he does.
Okay, yeah.
He grabs a black bag, which is traditionally the bag you use for thumbtacks. And now I understand why he spent that long in the corners, because he was having to find the right bag. Because he did not bring out a bag of thumbtacks.
Oh no!
As he opens the bag and spills it out, he brought shards of broken glass,
which is in goddamn sane.
Yep.
We all lost our minds when we realized he had glass out there.
Yeah,
I do not see glass used much in mainstream TV wrestling.
That's GCW territory.
GCW fucking deathmatch shit. Yeah. So that was wild. He dropped that.
And I think that's how Angelo Parker gets cut open.
Yeah.
He slams him into the glass.
He slams him into the glass. But he also at one point gets someone up and takes a fucking slice of the glass.
I think he did that? He did that to Matt Menard. Is who he sliced him open with. Yeah, it was Matt Menard. Oh, that's how Menard. Menard was like one of the last people to get busted open.
Yeah,
he did. That's how he did it. Was he got slashed open? But number 5 in for the heels is Matt Menard.
Yeah, baby, Daddy Magic is here. He tries his best. I think he got some decent spots in the beginning.
He did, but the 2.0, where I think we're kind of portrayed as obviously not really able to match up well with any of the Blackpool Combat Club.
2.0 are like the fucking gestures of the JAS, and it's so funny to me that they got included on this, partially just because of their like running animosity to Eddie Kingston and LAX. But yeah, they're kind of the memes that, you know, we know Angelo Parker's, or no, we know Matt Menard's the silly voice man. Just roll with it, okay?
Yeah. Number 5 in was Santana, but he only made it a couple minutes into the match before he injured his knee.
Yeah.
I saw some speculation, maybe it was ACL related, but we don't know yet.
Everybody's
basically
hurt.
he got hurt, and pretty early into his time he rolled out of the ring area, and he got carted off, and he got help walk to the back.
God fucking
at some point.
it.
So he didn't really get a chance to do much of anything. Number 6. Oh, I tell you what though, I think Santana was the one who brought in the barbed wire bat.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was that.
It was one of Santana and Ortiz. I think it was Santana who brought the bat.
I think it was. Yeah, he brought the barbed wire bat, and you know, he kind of put it aside. He didn't really end up using it.
He didn't get a chance to use it. Other people did though. I believe one of the, I don't remember which one. One of the JAS basically put that bat right in Moxley's face, made him eat that barbed wire.
Yeah, that might have been Menard.
That might have been when they were fighting over in that corner.
I think that might have been Matt Menard who did that, because I was like, that's an insane spot to get Matt Menard.
Yeah,
he's like, this is what you get for not being a sports entertainer, as he's shoving barbed wire into Jon Moxley's
Jon Moxley's
face.
like, I was in WWE longer than you asshole.
Say big money at Menard. Anyway,
number 6 in was Jericho, as you probably expect.
As you expect,
he brings his baseball bat. He starts going to town.
Oh, he starts wrecking people. Had they brought out the tax by this point?
No, tax. All 6 men were in when they brought the tax.
Okay, he starts wrecking people. Like, people are kind of, a lot of the members of the match are kind of down, and Jericho just starts clowning on him. My man was there to fuck shit up.
Something that happened that I do not remember when exactly, but at one point, Angelo Parker, who is busted the fuck open, he falls out of the ring somehow, and it's just kind of laying there by the legs,
upside down by the legs on the outside of the ring.
Yeah, absolutely bleeding all over the place,
which was nuts. And he just kind of hangs.
He's just kind of hanging there
for a while.
I think the rest of the match. I don't think he gets back in.
I feel like he got like kind of dragged back in at one point. He had a couple more okay spots, but yeah, he's just kind of laying there, and I'm just like, man, he's just letting all that blood rush to his busted open head.
There we go.
Oh dear.
And then the final member to come in, Eddie Kingston. He has the kendo stick, and he's like swats people down to get to the side of the ring.
I'm pretty sure he also, I can't remember if this is when he entered or if it was like soon after. He also fits a table in there. Or was that when Santana or Ortiz entered?
I think Santana Ortiz brought the tables.
Okay, yeah. So they at one point like they fucking fit a table in through the cage door, which was hilarious. They're just kind of like trying to fit this fucking big ol' awkward thing.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah. Eddie brings the kendo stick and immediately starts whacking down.
Oh yeah, Eddie says bonk, go to horny jail. I feel like the kendo stick almost started like breaking.
It absolutely broke. Like he was done.
Like he's going so hard that like
he gets caught up with Hager. He gets caught up with Hager, who's kind of stops him. So he just keeps whacking Hager
just
in the
yeeting
back.
people over the head. And I'm like, ow, fucking ow.
Yeah,
that was nuts.
Right. So everyone's in now, and this is where we get some wacky, crazy weapons stuff. I don't remember the specific order of a lot of these. I'm afraid. Sorry, it's been a day. It's been a day. Happened.
Yeah.
But I know they do an assisted power bomb to put Hager through a table.
Yep.
Through that table of theirs.
Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, he's the one that went through that.
Yeah.
He went through like lengthwise too.
Yeah,
so he's like fucking sandwiched in half as this table's kind of like in a V shape. And his body has to conform to it, which looks uncomfy as shit.
Yeah, at one point, Jon Moxley, not only he takes Matt Menard, we already talked about it, he gets the glass and he scrapes the glass across Matt Menard's forehead and gets him busted open. I don't remember if he does this also to Menard. I think he did it to Garcia because I think this is how Garcia got busted. But Jon Moxley grabs some sticks.
Yeah.
That he keeps with him. And this is a hardcore staple. I don't know exactly what they're called, but they take these sticks and you stab them into someone's forehead, and then you keep pushing it deeper into their head.
Yeah.
And Moxley did that to one of the I've never seen that done on mainstream TV before.
It was funny because you mentioned to me, I think on the show.
I casually mentioned that like Pentagon had a match in Impact with Sami Callihan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because you said it was something about not wanting to show like the really gory matches or something.
Yeah, because Pentagon did that to Sami Callihan, on Impact. I know I casually mentioned it, and then Moxley just fucking did it.
Just did that shit, which was not. I lost my mind. It was so terrifying. It looked so fucking painful. How do you do that spot and not die?
Yeah. Then we get like a simultaneous moment where in one ring you have the Blackpool Combat Club taking 4 bags of thumbtacks and putting them all out at the same time, and then in the other half of the ring, the Jericho Appreciation Society is literally ripping the ring mat up.
Oh my god!
Get people on the plywood under it. And they had like one spot where they dropped someone on plywood.
Insane.
But oh boy, the fucking thumbtacks. We had a lot of thumbtack bits. I think Moxley ended up hitting. He tried to hit his paradigm shift.
Yeah. So what happens? It's him and Jericho kind of.
Yeah, Jericho fight over the tax,
and he tries to hit the paradigm shift on Jericho. Jericho catches it, and then he kind of like gets Moxley in for a combo. He fucking like he gets Moxley kind of like up and down onto the thumbtacks, and Moxley's like laying back up, and he's like dragging Moxley.
Jericho got slammed into the tacks too.
Did he? I know Menard got thrown into him at one point.
Yuta goes into the tax. I thought Jericho did, but I might have missed a mistake.
I know Menard did because I remember seeing his like fucking cartoon eyes like bulge out when he got tax on his back.
Yeah.
But yeah, Moxley. Like, there was like some spots where Moxley was like down. I can't remember if it was like Hager was fucking with him at one point.
No, I know.
Hager had him on his, was it?
I know it's Jericho because Jericho did the walls of Jericho.
No. But I'm talking like there was earlier like Moxley was kind of like at the very corner, and I remember he was like on his back, and like it's like the most pathetic I've ever seen John Moxley.
That
on his back, and like his hands kind of like half up in the air. He's like, no.
Hager might have had him in the ankle lock.
Yeah, something like that. But either way, he gets put down in the tax back for like Jericho like drags him around on the tax.
Oh yeah, he drags him in a circle.
Oh no, that might have been when Moxley was doing that. But
no, I'm pretty sure Jericho did that to Moxley.
Yeah. Or no. It's like when Moxley was looking all like, I'm too weak. And then Jericho, after he spins him around, fucking turns him over for the walls of Jericho and keeps him there
in the tax.
And then I think was that when Eddie kind of like steps to him.
Yeah, Eddie shows up and clonks Jericho.
Eddie shows up staring Jericho dead in the face as he's doing the walls of Jericho.
Yeah. Eventually they get what happens is that Aubrey is on the outside, and Ty Conti attacks Aubrey and beats her ass so that the cage door is now free. And however, Ruby Soho runs down to confront Ty.
Yeah.
And they kind of brawl to the back. They brawl to the back. Hey, call back. They brawl to the back, and that takes them out of the match. But now the door is free to be opened.
Yeah.
And they done opened the door.
They opened the forbidden door. I mean the steel cage door.
Yeah.
And
so Jericho makes a run for it.
Yeah, and tries what was an insane spot. Jericho bolts out, starts climbing the scaffolding. Kingston follows him and looks up and has this shit-eating grin on his face. And he starts climbing up after Jericho. And like at first it kind of seemed like Jericho was trying to make an escape, but also like it at one point when Eddie started following him, it kind of looked like this was exactly what Jericho wanted, which was a dope moment of Jericho being like, "This is between you and me. Let's take this upstairs."
Yeah.
Fuck.
So they are brawling up on the roof, and Sammy Guevara gets up to the roof, and Eddie Kingston fights them both off, and then Eddie Kingston, if you had a chance to see it, they specially reinforced and enlarged the timekeeper's table on this show. And the reason for that is because it was a crash pad. And the reason they did that is because in this match, Eddie Kingston grabs Sammy Guevara and throws him off the cage.
Into the timekeeper's table below. Holy shit. That Sammy Guevara is somehow alive.
Yeah.
He oh man. He took an insane, but that man really was not kidding when he said, "I don't care how much I'll like suffer when I'm older. I'm taking those crazy bumps now because it's fucking cool."
Hell yeah!
Because it's cool to look at. Fuck you.
Don't gotta live for a long time. Just here for a good time.
True. That is, if that ain't Sammy Guevara's life motto to a T.
Yeah. So down goes Sammy for the rest of the match.
Oh God.
Eventually, kind of, I think a lot of the other. Who else gets up there with him during the
match? Claudio's definitely up there.
Oh yeah, Claudio's there. I think Matt Menard is the one who gets up there.
Menard? I thought it was Garcia or Angelo. I think that's who Cesaro was.
Yeah, okay. Claudio gets up there with
Claudio.
Fuck, I don't remember which other member of the JAS.
Because he does the spin spot at one point.
Yeah, so Claudio does the fucking big spin on the top.
Yeah,
I think he does it to Jericho because
it was not Jericho.
Jericho intercepts it because I know that's what happens.
Okay.
Claudio does the goddamn giant spin on the top of that cage.
And we were all losing our minds because of course we were.
Yep.
All right, keep going. I'm gonna look back at my stats.
Yeah, it gets down to it, and Eddie Kingston has Jericho in his kind of arm trap submission move. I don't know the name of it. And Claudio at the exact same time gets one of the JAS in the sharpshooter.
Yep.
And they get up there, and and eventually one of the JAS taps out.
Yeah, that was Menard.
Yeah, Menard is up
Claudio's
there.
got Menard down, and like they've got twin submission going, and Kingston doesn't really seem to notice the fact that Claudio's up there, so he's just relishing.
Yeah, he's just going for Jericho. He's very single-minded here, but then Matt Menard taps out, and Claudio wins the match, and Eddie Kingston realizes what happened here, and he is pissed. He is clearly visibly angry, and if there was going to be a turn tonight,
oh shit, it was Jericho. Fuck,
I thought Jericho took the spin.
I didn't think that was him who took the spin, but that's the long head. Fuck, that was Jericho. That's insane.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I thought it was one of the minions taking another bump for him. Fuck, okay, anyway.
Yeah, so was there supposed to be a turn last night? I don't know. It felt like there was going to be, but we also had if you were watching the TV version, I'm told that Eddie Kingston was mouthing to Claudio, "I can't move. I can't stand up. My back is hurt."
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I looked up on the jumbotron and saw like Claudio offers him his hand, and literally Kingston goes like, "Nah, I can't. My back."
Yeah. So Kingston essentially, at least for this show, decides to not start a fight over this, even though he's clearly mad about it.
Yeah.
He didn't get the win. The win was stolen from him, from the man he hates the most in this goddamn match. And at the rest of the BCC get up Club. There, they celebrate. I believe Ortiz lets everybody know what happened. Santana was hurt.
Yeah.
But that's how we kind of spend the last 5 minutes of the show, really.
They're just kind of like vibing up there, and
Claudio does his taunt thing, like hurrah, to every side of the ring.
Yeah, and Eddie looks none too pleased, but by that specifically. But it's still like, even though there's some shit that's gonna be going down still, because Eddie Kingston can never not fight someone. It was a great triumphant moment of them standing atop that cage, relishing their victory. So fucking cool.
Yep.
Oh my god! Well, our description did not nearly. That match,
incredible match,
was in goddamn sane. Like, I knew it was gonna be good. I did not think it was gonna be that fucking mind blowing. I did not think there were gonna be some of the spots there were. That was so goddamn entertaining, so goddamn cool, and so cathartic to see the JAS get their asses so thoroughly beat like that.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so we get a very long transition from Rampage to Dynamite.
Yeah, so they
gotta clean up everything.
Yeah. I also want to point out they had they just had the double rings set up just for the entire show, which was nuts.
Yeah. So I think Tony Khan announced this in his first speech, but he does mention that this Rampage is going to have a special match never thought of before. He just came up with it. The Royal
very Dario Cueto of him.
Yeah, the Royal Rampage.
Yeah. That name sounds familiar.
Yeah, which was a 20-man Royal Rumble-esque battle royal, where each man was assigned a ring.
Yeah, there
were 10 people in each ring.
Yeah, and this is where things get nuts, because as we mentioned in the first half, and as we obviously alluded to here, Blood and Guts was a long fucking match. That was somewhere over an hour. I think that was just around an hour long, a little bit more, give or take. It took up the entire back half of Dynamite in some way. So we're not getting a whole lot of variety on Dynamite, but we'll see people on Elevation, and we'll see people on Rampage, and we'll still get a decent assortment.
Yeah, and as we learned, apparently there were issues with COVID this week.
Yeah,
AEW, which is probably what happened to Phoenix, because Tony Khan does mention that he came up with the Royal Rampage because his initial idea was to kind of book the logical progression of the Rush Phoenix Andrade stuff from the last week's Rampage. He was going to do Roosh and Andrade El Idolo versus the Lucha Brothers.
Yep.
But Phoenix he said it was ill, was the way he described it.
Yeah.
It now seems very likely that Phoenix had COVID.
Yeah.
But that is what birthed the Royal Rampage match, which I'll take that as a substitute.
Absolutely. Because, I was like, we'll still get a decent variety of wrestlers and a decent chance to see people that I like. Oh my fucking God. They announced. So by this point they've announced what Rampage is going to be. It's gonna be Young Bucks versus guys being dudes. It's gonna be Nyla Rose versus Toni Storm, and it's gonna be the Royal Rampage. And they show who's gonna be in the Royal Rampage. And okay. So we are.
There is absolutely no way I'm going to be able to remember the spot by spot of how this match went.
No way. But we're getting in no particular order. We start with Powerhouse.
We start with Powerhouse Hobbs and Hangman Page in
ring one.
And then in ring 2 it was Darby Allin and Tony Nese.
Tony Nese is the first one out, and everyone's like, boo, fuck you. Because annoying muscle man is annoying muscle man. And then Powerhouse. The people were a little more hyped for that one. So Hangman's music hit. So literally Kyle had read out, at least what Kyle had read out to me was announced. I must have missed half of it because I knew some of those people were going to be there. Others I somehow did not catch. But Hangman is the first out. Lose my fucking mind. He goes in against Powerhouse, and then I don't sleep cause my head's on fire. I hate creeps and I hate liars. Darby's there. Sting accompanies him for a hot second. So off the bat, I'm going absolutely feral because holy shit, two of my absolute faves, just one right after the other, right there in person. What the hell? And Sting to boot. Sting stands there Sting did not need to be there. I don't know why the fuck he was there. I don't know why the hell he took the time to put on the entire ass makeup to stand out there for a good 10 seconds. I don't care. He accompanies Darby, stands out there, does the woo spot, and then walks off. And I'm like, fuck, okay. So yeah, they're the first 2 minutes. Okay, I gotta pull up this card because this is unfortunate. Of like, I don't really remember a lot of this. This is the thing where I wish I had notes to remember the order here. See, here's the thing. Like, until pretty much every man was in there, like it was almost all just like people popping for the entrances, and then there was like a couple seconds in between of whatever, and then another entrance, and for about 20 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. So the first 20 minutes of the match were people just mostly popping for the entrances. Let me find AEW's Royal Rumble. Royal Rampage. Royal Rampage. Images. Let me see. Fuck. So we had, if it'll, oh god fucking damn it. All right. So Tony Nese, Powerhouse Hobbs, Hangman Page, Darby Allin, Ricky Starks.
Thank God we have a list.
We have a list here. Ricky Starks out
Ricky
next.
Starks.
The Revolution is televised. Absolutely wild.
So he comes out 2-on-1. Team Taz dominates a lot of their.
Yeah, he and Hobbs are in the same ring for some reason. Because fuck you.
How sketchy in that.
Yeah.
We got the Butcher came out as
Butcher, accompanied by Bunny, which was dope. Bunny was there, which wild.
Yeah, number 7 was John Silver, the meat
Johnny
man.
Hungy. Robbie lost his mind for that one. Robbie loves John Silver. They are both two phenomenal short kings, so Robbie was losing his shit. That was great.
Yeah, so Hangman and Silver have interactions in this match where they fight off Team Taz and they hug in the middle of the ring, and then Hangman tries to throw a Silver out, or acts like he does, and then stops. He's like, and then Silver grabs Hangman, and he almost throws him out. And he goes,
That was great. We love our boys Josh and each other.
Yeah, then Max Caster returned. He had a second fucking rap.
With Bowens walking just normally, so that's fully revealed. Bowens is back in the game.
Yeah,
he did another full ass Detroit, Michigan we all scissored each other once more. We were, scissory boys.
Then Roosh came out, and then Penta Oscuro came out.
Immediately
and basically
after. It was on
Penta.
site for Roosh.
Yeah, Roosh and Penta basically spent the rest of the matches fighting each other.
Roosh didn't even let Penta enter the. Roosh left the fucking ring and ran and grabbed Penta and started brawling with him outside of the ring before they managed to get back in, which was hysterical.
Yeah, up was the Blade.
Yeah, the other half, and he gets to be in a ring with his fucking tag
Butcher
team partner,
and
too.
the Butcher and the Blade
Fuck
dominate the other ring.
Yeah, I know. We just
From
had our
that point.
respective heel tag teams, which was nuts.
Yeah, out came Swerve to come in the Butcher and the Blade's ring, and then out came Keith Lee, but Keith Lee is in a different ring.
Yeah. So Swerve and Our Glory didn't get a chance to fuck each other
all we
over.
really got was they kind of had a moment where Swerve and Keith Lee exchanged looks, and Swerve was like, "Come on, man, do the bask in his glory thing," and Keith Lee did not play into it. Even though the crowd did chant, he is a little too focused on Swerve right now.
There do be malfunction at this junction.
Yeah, up was then Matt Hardy. We all started
Yeah,
using the deletes.
Didn't realize that Matt was one of the entrants to this. Delete. Holy shit, that was wild.
As a reminder, fellas, it is straight forward and one finger, please. Please do not accidentally sig hail when trying to do the delete chant.
Is that a problem for people?
Yes.
Oh,
many
man.
people have been caught on camera trying to do delete, and it is incorrect, and it's a sig.
I didn't write. Is that you?
Dustin Rhodes came out.
Yes,
Show up.
natural. I lost it at Dustin. I had a brief thought, a week or so ago of what are the odds I could see Dustin Rhodes? Absolute zero, because he's barely on TV. It's like once in a blue moon in the most random of spots. Why the fuck? Dustin Rhodes was here. Oh my god. The stars align. Man, I got some fucking karmic retribution in a good way for not being able to see Punk tonight. The cosmically more than made up for it. So the natural Dustin Rhodes is here, and he comes in and he's leggy boying it up for a hot second. He's just all tall and beating people down. He got knocked out by Butcher and Blade kind of early on, which made me sad.
Hobbs threw him out.
Oh, it was Hobbs and sorry. No, yeah, Hobbs and Starks teamed up on him.
Because he's in the Hobbs and Starks.
Yeah, it's Hobbs and Starks teamed up on him, which just made me gain even more heat for Hobbs and Starks.
Yeah,
Fuck you.
Frankie Kazarian was out next.
Kazarian next.
And then Dante Martin, we're going for a ride.
We're going
Which
for
I'm
a ride.
sad that Dante Martin did not really do any high fly.
Yeah, he didn't really get. He was he kind of showed up, and then I lost track of him, and then he just kind of
and then he got eliminated.
Then he got eliminated.
Goodbye.
Walkity walkity.
And then Konosuke Takeshita came out.
Yeah, Takeshita was here.
That was
dope.
Number 19 was Brody King.
Austin.
House makeup. He was the only member of the House of Black there tonight. That feels like another COVID thing.
Yeah, Malachi might have been sick. Whoops.
And then Orange Cassidy came out for a second time.
Oh yeah, I got a great video of Kyle screaming this was the greatest day of his life. He got 2 Orange Cassidys. But
So other notable things, again, it's hard to remember a lot of this stuff in this battle royal without having written it down.
Yeah.
And kind of just experiencing it in the moment. But one notable thing is that Swerve tried when it was down to just Swerve, Orange, it was Swerve, Orange, and Darby against Butcher and the Blade. Swerve tried to be like, "Hey guys, let's work together and take out Butcher and the Blade." And immediately Swerve turns around and throws Orange Cassidy out.
Yeah, well,
he literally did the same thing he did.
They were literally OC and OOC. They were literally like, Orange, you already worked your full ass match earlier. You'll stick around for 5 minutes, and then
he did. He basically the only thing he really did is he did some lazy chops with Takeshita.
Yeah, pretty much. He wasn't there. He wasn't there to really do all that much. He was just there for the eye candy of having OC in the ring for a second goddamn time.
So you might take it from back up. I'll try to remember something.
There was what looked like a potential botch to me where Butcher and Blade put Matt Hardy over. no,
that wasn't a botch. He was supposed to do that.
You see, but the way he landed made it look like he landed earlier than he expected to.
I mean, he didn't touch, so it's fine.
He didn't? Oh, I thought he did.
No, he didn't. He didn't touch. He hung his feet up.
Oh, I didn't notice that. It just looked like he was like standing there, and they were still like kicking his hands anyway, holding on to the bottom
he hung
rope.
his feet. He was hanging his feet up.
God, he's short.
They threw him out. Penta and Roosh. Penta eliminated him his fucking own self.
Yeah,
to try to throw Roosh out.
Yeah, they suicide packed it out of there.
Basically, and they kept fighting on the outside while the rest of the match kept
They got some blood feud shit going on there.
Yeah.
Whoops.
So it Swerve, oh dear, the Butcher and the Blade got him too.
Oh
after he
which felt cathartic.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
It pretty much honestly there was a big kerfuffle that got Hobbs and Keith Lee out, and I completely missed it. I wasn't looking at all.
Yeah,
Daniel had to mention it to me.
Yeah,
I was looking elsewhere, but that turned out. I don't remember how the end of this ring set up what the end of ring number 1 was, except that Brody King threw out Hangman.
Yup.
At the end, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Did not expect. I fully expected this to be Hangman Moxley.
Yeah, but nope, out you go. And I don't think he wasn't the last person he threw out of that ring.
Let's see. Let me see if I can see other eliminated by Brody Kings.
Yeah, I know Hangman was not. Hangman and Brody were not the last 2 of that ring.
Dante. Brody King eliminated Dante, but that was
that had to have been.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like what else happened?
Who got thrown out? Hangman, Brody. Maybe I'm misremembering, and Dante was in the last 2 of that set. But I was like, it didn't feel like it.
No, it was no. But all this to say
is that Brody was the last man of the first ring.
Yeah.
And the second ring was down to Darby and then Butcher and the Blade.
Yeah.
And he does, some classic like hold down the ropes and knock each other out of the ring to get Butcher and the Blade out.
Yeah, he really made them look like clumsy dumb fucks on the way out.
Yeah. And so
the disrespect.
Absolutely. So then the final 2 are Darby Allin and Brody King.
Which is a wild fucking pairing.
Yeah, so they are fighting it out over here.
Brody King is dominant.
He's
mostly beating Darby down.
And it looks Darby has a couple of moments where it looks like
a couple hope spots, yeah.
But Brody King, he grabs Darby in a chokehold, and then he drags Darby over the ropes and
holds him there.
Hangs him holding
insane
out the
shot.
outside.
Like he's got both of his arms wrapped around Darby's head, and Darby's kind of looks like he's out cold by this point. He makes Darby look like a fucking corpse.
And then he drops him. And Brody King, the house always wins. Brody King will be facing Jon Moxley for the AEW interim title,
which is going to be an insane fucking match.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit!
And I'm here for that. Means some Blackpool Combat Club versus the House of Black. Feuding.
Oh shit, that would be so dope, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Anyway,
yeah. So that wins that match, and that was. I mean, this is Rampage. It is a situation where the crowd was kind of slowly petering out as the show went on. It's obviously very late by now, and Dynamite was the selling point of the show.
Yeah, and everyone's just like knocked themselves out, like losing their minds for blood and guts.
Yeah, the Royal Rampage did a good job to keep people interested.
Yeah,
but then Young Bucks and 2 guys being dudes, it's very what's gonna happen, and I mean, 2 guys being dudes are not as well known in America.
Yeah.
This isn't the Chicago Forbidden Door crowd that came knowing that they were in for a New Japan show and were interested in it.
Yeah.
New Japan people. This is a crowd who is more like big, obviously AEW fans, but would more casually know New Japan. Mm-hmm. So they really had no reaction to those two. Which sucks. Because they're really good, and I was excited to see them.
Oh, no, I recognize them from the pay-per-view, and I'm like, this is
sure.
fucking dope. I tried to, give plenty of reaction, too. Mm-hmm. Just because I was like, this is kind of dope, and it looks like they're doing some good shit out here.
Yeah, but the crowd was largely disinterested, except, they popped for the Young Bucks stuff.
Oh, yeah. No. Young Bucks entrance hits, and fuck, it's so cool. This was just a solid. I mean, there's not much I can really say. It was just a solid guy. It was what you expect when you hear Young Bucks versus guys being dudes, right?
Yeah, it was a very solid wrestling match. Yoshihashi got beat down for a lot of the match.
Oof.
Young Bucks didn't do too much stupid shenanigans. I guess they're not in the Bullet Club anymore, where they're doing dumb back rakes.
Yeah, no, they saved those. They reserved those.
That's for the pay-per-view. That's for the right there.
We got a BTE trigger, which was I was happy I got.
I was excited because Hiroki Goto's big move is the Ushigoroshi, that was the move where he has him in the fireman's carry and then drops him on his knee.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, do the move. And he did end up doing it. I was like, yes, I am happy here from what I see.
We got Young Bucks dicking around on the top ropes like the acrobats that they are, which was fun.
Yeah, fuck Young and Nick Jackson jumped from one ring to the other a couple of times.
Yeah, cheeky bastard.
Yeah, but the match ends. They hit the BTE trigger. Then Nick Jackson goes and takes out Goto, and then he comes back to set up for the Meltzer driver for the win.
Yeah,
the Young Bucks retain the titles
as you would expect.
Yeah, we got a Hook interview with Alex Marvez where he's like, "Hey Hook, what's going on with you, man?" And Hook is like, "How dare you ask me questions?"
Isn't Alex Marvez a football guy?
No. He's a normal announcer.
I thought for some reason, I've heard that name.
There's definitely a similar
NFL
name,
radio,
but I cannot think of his name off the top of my head.
Well, that's unfortunate.
But that is that, and then it's time for the main event.
It's got time for the main event.
Nyla and Tony got a promo. I don't remember what Tony said. I was too busy remembering Nyla. Mark asked what was up with that last week, Nyla, and Nyla explains if you go look at the weather report when there's a storm coming in.
Yeah, she got cheeky. I fucking love Nyla.
But she explains that the number one, the title, the path to the title goes through her.
Oh, absolutely.
And she's aligned with Marina Shafir now.
Yeah.
And Marina is the problem. That Nyla is a goddamn catastrophe.
True. In the best way possible, though. Love you, Nyla.
So then out comes the last match of the show. And the crowd was people were absolutely leaving.
Yeah, people were leaving.
Anyone who stayed behind just to see the Young Bucks, now they're
leaving.
The crowd was pretty dead
for
true
Tony
fans,
and Nyla.
The true fans left. We stuck around.
I was here. I needed to see Nyla. One of my absolute first faves in pro wrestling. Getting to see her live was the little cherry on top of all the wrath. It was so dope. It was a muted crowd reaction. I was tired of shit, but I was still. It was cool to see Nyla, Tony, and I mean. It was the fun shit that you'd expect. Even if the crowd
it was a pretty good match.
It was a solid match.
It was very fun. It sucks that the crowd was tired and ready to go home
bad.
at that point because it was a good match for what it was, for what it got. And Tony got the win.
Tony gets the dub.
And Nyla and Marina come out to decide to keep doing the beatdown afterwards.
Yes,
so of course, Thunder Rosa.
Fucking Thunder Rosa was there for this whole show. Doesn't appear until the very end, not even for a match, got the full half face paint on and everything. Only to just do a save on Toni Storm against Nyla Rose and Marina Shafir. So she comes out, does a save. They fight off the bad guys, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, and so that is the end of Rampage. After the show, Tony Khan comes back out, and he talks thanks for all. He's got some people who want to say goodnight to everybody. And so he brings out John Silver in -1.
Yeah.
And then he brings out Hook.
Danhausen.
I think Hook comes before Danhausen.
No, Danhausen's out there, and then Hook shows up, and Danhausen's like, my tag partner.
Yeah, Hook comes out and pretty immediately pieces out when he sees what
Hook's also there to show up 5 seconds at the very end and then leave. Okay.
But then Tony Khan is like, let's go in the ring and hug it out or whatever. And Hook's like, all right, I'm leaving.
Yeah. But instead,
Orange Cassidy comes out. Jane comes out for the third time tonight.
Yeah, I know. Triple Orange.
We got really.
At this point, so he missed the triple.
We got to hit Jane, but everyone walks to the ring, and they're dancing to Jane. Tony and Thunder and Bryce Remsburg, who was the ref. Everyone's having a good time here.
Oh my god.
And then they all do the big best friend hug spot. All of them, the big group hug to end the show and say goodnight. And that was the show.
Oh my God. That was just, I mean, I said to Austin, that was flatly just one of the best nights of my entire life. It was so surreal to be there. Like, AEW is part of like my foundation as a wrestling fan. Like, it's one of the very first things we watched for the podcast. It's kind of it was the thing that made me realize that like wrestling could be art. Like, I talked about it in like our very first episodes, like, this feels Shakespearean or whatever. But like, AEW showed me that like what wrestling could really be outside of the confines of just goofy WWE stuff. And getting to see that live in person, so many of my fucking faves crammed in there with the Royal Rampage shenanigans and everything else. Like a historic match in the Blood and Guts, grudge match, and just Tony Khan continuing to like coming out between every single fucking segment of the show and being like, "Oh, this is so cool! You guys are such a great audience. We'll have a pay-per-view here one day." And it just couldn't have been cooler. This was so, and like having my boys there too, who I brought into this fold, and they were so into it, and like just all around, it's so goddamn cool. That was a great episode of Dynamite, and the surrounding stuff was pretty fucking fun. And just the whole experience was unlike anything ever before.
Yeah, no, fantastic show. Couldn't have asked for a better Dynamite to get to go to.
No.
Got to saw a ton of people that I never expected to see live.
In a million years thought I would see Yuka Sakazaki, Dustin Rhodes. Not even sure if I would ever see Sting in person. Like, I wasn't sure if I'd ever catch Bucks in person at this point.
Yeah.
So, like, the fact that, like, and -1 being there, like, just all of that, I can't put into words how surreal that whole experience was, and it was so goddamn cool. So, yeah, fuck.
Yeah, great time. So that is it for this episode of the Noobs and Knockouts podcast. Next time, we will be returning to Lucha Underground, where Drago is back, and he even has the shot at Ultima Lucha for now. Because Mil Muertes is like, I would like that shot, please. And Katrina did some light choking, and
Dario wishes it was heavier.
And so that is set for next time. Drago versus Mil Muertes. Winner will be going to Ultima Lucha to face Prince Puma for the title.
Man, that's gonna be some pretty wild stuff.
Yeah, very much so. That's for next time. David, if you want to do the plugs.
Absolutely. All right, friends. Thank you so much for joining us for this very special episode of the Noobs and Knockouts podcast. As always, absolutely delighted to have you all here. Returning people, you know the drill. Thank you so much for once again welcoming us back into your eardrums, your eyeballs, however you consume our content. We're so happy to have you here. Just, keep coming back. You know how this goes. New viewers, listeners, what have you. Hi, welcome. So happy to have you here. We here at the Noobs and Knockouts podcast like to think we are friendly to both noobs and knockouts alike. So whether you're brand new to the wild, wacky world of wrestling or a veteran of all the weird shit that goes on here, we just hope you've had a great time. We just love people having a great time with us. If you'd like to keep having a great time with us and you're not entirely sure how to do so, not to worry, my friends, I have you covered. First of all, you can find us on YouTube. We are, in fact, the Noobs and Knockouts podcast on YouTube. Hit subscribe, ring that bell, and make sure it turns a nice little solid color so you get notifications every single time we drop a brand new episode. Give us all that sweet comment, liking, etc. interaction. We love to see it. Check out all of our playlists. Austin's been kind enough to add all of our arcs and the storylines and eras, etc., that we follow into their own separate playlists. So if there's a specific thing you want to follow all the way down, you can do that without having to jump around a whole hell of a lot. And we also have a nice little visual aspect. You can see all of our lovely faces and our beautiful HUD and the dope ass makeup Austin and I had going to the show last night. It was super great. It was good shit. But yeah, so check all that out. But if you are, of course, a fan of the audio only experience, we have you covered on that front too. You can find us on 3 of the best places to find your podcast, which would be Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. Come check us out there. Listen to us, download us, like us, review us, whatever, rate us. A good little 5-star rating, positive review if you're so inclined. Let people in the algorithm know these guys are pretty cool, and you think people should come join in with us. More people should be listening to us. I don't know, just saying. But that's all of that. To get in contact with us, there's, of course, our social media. You can find us on Twitter We are at Noobs and Knox Pod on Twitter. That's Noobs, the letter N, Knox Pod on Twitter. Check us out there. It's good stuff. We have a great time, posting memes, interacting with discourse. We post every single time we drop a brand new episode, so you guys know what the hell's going on. And of course, the highlight of our Twitter is weekly wrestling live tweeting. My friend, what is on the docket coming up?
Sure, as usual, every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern on TBS, AEW Dynamite. We obviously weren't tweeting this week. We were there, but normally that is what we are doing. At least one of us is there live.
Yeah, one or both
is watching live every week, so we usually are all tweeting. In addition, keep up with AEW Impact and WWE pay-per-views. Upcoming for WWE is Money in the Bank on July 2nd. Normally I'd have the match card stuff pulled up, but we're not our usual setup tonight, so sorry about that. Then
it's MITB. It's gonna be fun, whatever.
Yeah. Then for all of our AEW, we have All Out on September the 4th. And then Bound for Glory for Impact will be sometime in October. Those two shows obviously do not have matches really set up yet. But they will be coming up in the future, and we'll be keeping you guys up to date as those happen.
Hell yeah. Check all that out. It's a great time on the Twitter. If you like listening to us here, our personalities shine through pretty well. We're just kind of like memeing and analyzing and all that good stuff. Just having a great time. So come check us out over on the Twitter, Noobs and Knox Pod on Twitter. Of course, there's also our email address. You can find us Gmail, noobsandknockoutspod@gmail.com. That's noobs, the word and this time, knockoutspod@gmail.com. Come say hi to us there. Tell us what you think about the show. Give us requests for things you want to see more of, or any arcs or companies or wrestling adjacent media you want to see us cover. Tell us that our hot takes are super awesome or super dumb or whatever, just that you love listening to our sweet dulcet tones lull you to sleep every night. Whatever it may be, come say hi. We would love to say hi back. Noobs and knockoutspod@gmail.com. And of course, finally, there is our Patreon. We are also the Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on Patreon. $1 a month gets you early access to episodes and a shout out at the end of each episode. Shout out to our lovely patron and friend of the show, the Sugar Daddy Kyle Smith, for his contribution to the Patreon. Enjoy your perks, buddy, if you want to hop on those perks with Kyle. Noobs and Knockouts Podcast on Patreon. You can find the link on our Twitter.
See y'all next time.
Hasta luego.